We're ticked up because of it.
Did
you see Oppenheimer?
I don't know about that. Hello, everybody! Welcome to Friday Night D&D. I'm Jaso. This is Lucent Odyssey, our D&D game that merges Oregon Trail. It's late. I'm tired. What's up? Who else is joining me this fine Friday evening?
Hey everyone, it's Luke, and I'm playing Lincoln, who is a Warforged Fey Wanderer Ranger and Echo Knight.
Oh.
What's up, guys? My name is Kevin, and I am playing a Kalashtar Druid named Ty.
Next.
Oh yeah, he actually said the first word this time.
What's up, everybody? My name's Slim. I'll be playing a bugbear rogue by the name of Uncle Jimmy. He's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Oh.
Hey, I am Kyle. I play a Professor Bach, Furball Alchemist Artificer, the Circle of the Moon Druid, Dean of Natural Sciences, at the illustrious Ravasatana.
Have we gotten the R yet? I don't think we have.
Yeah, he's frozen
I'm
in
nervous.
place. It's hard to tell if he's doing it on purpose or if it's the internet connection, but just keep going.
Hey guys, it's your girl Amanda. I see Kevin smirking down there.
Timing is everything with the R.
And I'm playing OB. He's just a little guy. There we go. Oh my god. I saw you smirking, Kevin.
You guys are killing me.
I couldn't hold back.
Oh man.
Nick!
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I'm playing Forte. He's a dwarven mechanic. Takes care of the well-wishers and the wagon to make sure that they travel safely across the abyss, and now has a bunch of gnome friends in a giant sentient ball in the middle of desert.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. That's been a bit for half of this campaign, Bay. And it got old.
It's been
probably
like since episode 2.
The second episode.
He said Tyne in episode 2, and he just said R now in 36.
Yeah.
You still.
As always, if you want some beautiful campaign character art for yourselves, either for yourself or maybe you're a DM wanting to get it for your players, go check out Amanda Otten. That's the link over to at least her Twitter. Maybe she has a Threads now. Who knows? Go check her out over there. At least give her some love. Give her a follow. Get some character commission art for yourself or for your D&D party or whatever else if she has them open. And just a huge thank you because it's beautiful. We love it. Thank you so much. We also use stream stickers and Twitch channel points here on the stream. Do cool things like give people +1s to their rolls and give a random player either the elated or forlorn condition. All of that is random, and it's basically like a bane or bless for an entire session. So don't wait if you want to grab one of those. You get boosted points for following, multiplied points for subscribing. Don't subscribe unless you get a Twitch Prime sub. Don't give Twitch your money. We use a big homebrew list here, so if you're ever curious what kind of rules we're using to kind of make it across the Forlorn Passage here, how the party's keeping up with a whole bunch of stuff, just punch in !rules in the chat. Thank you for doing that, Kevin. And take a look for yourself how we run this game. I also run D&D games outside of Friday nights for people who want to come and join. It is pay to play. It's over at Start Playing. But you can expect the same quality that you get here on Friday nights. Just type in !DM. Go check it out. I'm trying to recruit some peeps for a Lucent Odyssey campaign. Hopefully some people who haven't watched too much of this to get spoiled on. But there's a lot of places to discover, so it'd be really cool for people to pop in and check it out. So give it a look. See if you want to join. I got that running Monday and Wednesdays at a couple different time periods. That is it for my spiel. Let's dive into our session. I'm going to roll the intro, and while I do that, we'll be giving out some inspiration cards if there needs to be any, and doing the recap. Second, BRB.
relate and empathize with you having to deal with
Yeah, that's true.
those things.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and who gave the recap last week?
Slim.
Slim, you have immunity. Hello, Quackastacka. Hello, Discordian. Hello, Bay. Good to have you all. Why don't we go ahead and roll beside Slim to see who wants to give the recap from last week if you have not already.
Ooh. Not it.
That's me.
It looks like you are up on the chopping block, Kevino. So, if you don't mind, bud, to the best of your ability, please tell us what happened last time on Lucent Odyssey.
Yes, we started and went back to because we were pretty banged up after beating the blood monsters. Tyne had 3 levels of exhaustion. So we went to the Help Us Hand in the flesh plane, rested. We also checked the quest board there, which is how we found out about the Maester Mines. We also went to the Scuttle Shrine. We bought 2 things of pheromones because we had enough to get we found another one? Oh, that happens after. Either way, we bought the jelly. We did find another Glidokin. The one that gives us +2 to initiative rolls, which is awesome. We went back to House Dreadmore, turned in the shadows for the potion. Was that last time? Or was that 2 times ago?
I think that was last time, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last time. We also rested again, I think, while we were there, because we like those coffins. Then I think we just went back to the Help Us Hand and the Flesh Plains, and then traveled to the general area we were looking for. The Mason said they had a facility and they were running low on supplies, so we were going to bring them supplies. When we got there, it was a big blue, almost looking like a dome. It was a dome. And we went inside. There were autognomes. They didn't speak, but they had these big like screens on them that had like an analog face, smiling or whatever expressive. So they kind of communicated through points and with their screen. And then when we entered, we all got our own little arcane face on us. Opie ate some blue goo, so did Tyne. We looked around, they were growing stuff, but all we saw were autognomes. There were no living people. On the way, we were finding journals from one of the scientists talking about what happened. They were trying to vague on the details. They were trying to do something.
Very good.
They had
They were
set
trying
up
to do something.
operations here in this region and using the overabundance of radiant energy to help funnel it into their research into rejuvenation pods that can cure long-standing illnesses that have yet had a cure found for them.
That's it. Yep. So we found journals from the head scientist, but he was sick or dying already.
Yeah,
and so
he didn't have an
died.
illness. He was just reaching the end of his
Just
lifespan.
old.
He was super old.
Okay.
Something the rejuvenation pods could not fix.
Cannot fix natural death,
Correct.
or at least death in general. We saw a door that was shut and didn't seem to have any sort of handle or anything. We found out there were these like steam vents with these twist levers. We figured out if we closed 3 of them at once or opened 3 of them at once, I think, the door would open. And so we did that. We had a door at the same time. We split up. We did that, and we all ran to get into the door because the autognomes did not like us going in the door. Or really, they didn't like us being unhappy, we found out. We got through the door. We went down in the basement. We found the rejuvenation pods with 8 gnomes left, living gnomes, I believe.
Six of them.
6. There were clocks on them showing they were actually just about to wake up in 5 or 10 minutes, I believe, at the time. So we waited for them to wake up, and we spoke with them about what was going on, why we were there. They let us know that the facility and the autonomes kind of went crazy because they introduced
The Dr. Grugel, the pioneer who established this research center, was heading up the research here, died of natural old age, and that brought a lot of sadness to the gnome team, seeing that it was his life's goal to see the rejuvenation pods fully finalized to their fruition, and was not able to. The autonomes being programmed to keep all of the members of this facility both happy and healthy, had a misunderstanding in their programming and sensed that the sadness coming from the gnomes who were left over read it as a disease. And so to fix and correct the disease, because they kept seeing it spread to more and more members, they decided to begin murdering the members of the crew, thinking in their minds they were stopping the spread of the disease before it could pass on to the rest of the crew members. They wiped out, from what it sounds like, quite a few gnomes. Those that were left over had a good number of wounds on them and were able to escape down below to a secreted basement level where the rejuvenation pods were stored, and a place where none of the autonomes or any of the other securities defenses were allowed to go as per protocol. And there they, basically seeing that there was no other way out, as the entire facility is made of a sentient blue ooze that had closed off the exit, they traveled below and pulled themselves into the rejuvenation pods to at the very least heal their wounds and to reconvene after they had healed themselves. And just as their pods opened, they saw a massive 9-foot tall spear-skulled skeletal figure staring at them from the darkness, and several other members sort of like slapped into the corners of the room that scared the shit out of them, and discussion began. I think the discussion...
Yeah, and we...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, we were talking about if there was any way to disable the gnomes, the auto gnomes, or any other way out, and it seemed like the only decision they could, if they could get their hands on an auto gnome, they could reprogram it to like restart the system or something, but we would have to keep them safe while it happened.
Correct. They mentioned
we gotta focus down one of the gnomes with non-lethal so they can do it.
Yeah, they mentioned that they would need to head back above, as any of the autonomes that are brought down here just automatically by their programming turn into a inert state. So they'll need to be actually on the floor premises, on the top floor, and they'll need some time helping to reprogram one of the autonomes. And if they're successful, that should cause a reboot that happens throughout the facility with all of the autonomes, which will wipe their memory, making them forget that they are trying to destroy the rest of the gnomes from the sadness that they feel. This will hopefully stop the entire facility along with the gnomes from trying to attack them. So with that said, you all find yourselves down here in the basement. The gnomes have sort of pulled themselves out of their pods and are sort of standing around, discussing a couple things, checking their wounds and things like that, and have shared this information that where they thought they were once likely doomed, as they had no means of proper defense themselves. They're not warriors, they're scientists. They see a group of an eclectic group of people here who brandish all types of interesting weaponry, and who seem to be friendly. So with your help, they're hoping to be able to make it back to the first floor, find an autognome, and with your help in keeping them safe, begin to reprogram it. So, with that, we dive back in. What would you all like to do?
I don't think there's much else other than it's time to fight.
Other than, do you, you know the layout of the building. Is there a specific place you'd recommend we be? Or you need to conduct your research on the gnome, that way we could kind of make a safe area for you? Other than that, it's, we have to just kind of be about our business now.
I assume, considering the situation, that because of the spread of the autognomes throughout the facilities, that once they see us, likely as soon as we exit here, as there are two occupying the exterior space at the back end of this facility here, it will begin immediately. They will recognize us and assume defensive measures, if you will. So our guess is to grab the nearby one and start immediately, as soon as possible, once we step off the stairs on the first floor.
This is fine. You can retreat to the stairs once the battle begins. You should be safe there, right?
Well, we'll need...
Right before the stairs.
Yes, if it's possible to look after one or two of us. We don't plan on sending all of us together. That just seems like more collateral for you all. I believe one or two of us should do fine. We'll grab the nearest autognome and hopefully begin our preparations. We can't pull it back onto the stairs or back in this room, as they will naturally shut down. So we'll do what we can. If you can point us to the nearest one, we will begin our quick operations and expedite it as quickly as possible. Just keep in mind, the autognomes share a hive mind with the facility itself. It will be difficult, and we would hope that you'd protect us.
And if I remember correctly, we do have to knock one out before they can start working on it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. We'll need to, let's say, put it in a decommissioned state before we operate.
Very well, then.
All right. One of them turns to the other. Samuel? Larry? Let's go.
I'm going to cast Box Skin on myself.
All right.
My AC
Yeah.
is 16.
Get me.
Nice work, dude.
Anybody else doing preparation?
I still got Pass Without Trace up.
Good.
For what it's worth.
For that choice, okay. Oh, well. We can do the polymorph strat too.
Good idea.
What is the highest?
Amanda, do you have a cat friend really close to the microphone?
Yes.
It's so cute. I love it.
She's sitting on
No,
my
I love it.
lap. She's
It's adorable.
Very happy.
One of
love
our
it.
druids
I love it.
in wild shape.
It's a soothing background sound for everybody.
For the battle. Okay. Forte and I, we should be able to lure them in.
Mm-hmm.
We should try to keep at least a decent enough bottleneck as we fight.
Yeah, we can secure a perimeter, and then the rest of you either kidnap the little guy and bring him back in so that our friends here can work on them, or pay attention for the gigantic blob that comes out of the walls.
Indeed.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, are we just going to try to run to another room? I don't know how much room we have.
I don't think we can. I think we gotta fight our way to an area. We're just gonna have to play it by ear.
Okay.
If they're facing away from us, then Pass Without Trace might let us break into the left chamber and like sneak in there with the gnomes, and then we could, have our backs to a wall.
Yeah.
At least,
We can
which would
try.
help. Which would help. I mean, we know that the walls themselves can spawn goo guys,
Yeah.
but it's better than us being surrounded by goo guys and then also gnomes.
We can try. Yeah, definitely.
Let's give it a try.
All right. In that case, are you all
stealthily up the stairs?
Yeah, heading up forward. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
just kind of get things ready while you were chatting it out. Good stuff. You all begin to ascend the stairs.
And if we can sneak left, great. If not, guess that's where we're fighting.
I'm assuming we're rolling stealth. Yeah.
If you're moving stealthily, of course.
Yes. Everybody,
I have-
roll with plus 10.
Oh, that's a crit from Opie.
Nice. Does Opie succeed with a 35?
Opie feels pretty stealthy, I guess we could say.
And then we got
Wait, can I get a good boy card?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay!
So our lowest is 17 and our highest is 39.
I love
Sheesh.
that skill, dude.
Sheesh.
Can you polymorph yourself, or is it just somebody else? It's
It's willing.
Yeah, you can polymorph yourself.
I'm so excited, you guys.
Polymorph is a good spell.
Polymorph is an amazing spell.
Polymorph has saved our ass a couple times.
Ascend.
Hang on just a second. The gnomes. Is it creatures within a certain range of you, Lincoln, for the pass lock?
I believe so. Let me check the wording.
It's
Well, yeah. Yeah, each creature I choose within 30 feet of me. So yeah, I definitely include the gnomes. Too.
Okay, then they are actually sitting pretty well too as they slink up the stairs. Making your way at the roundabout, the circulating ascending staircase made of sort of stone or steel footsteps, you find yourselves at a steel door, the one that you could not get through initially for a little bit, and slowly open. As you peer around the corner, you notice there do not appear to be any autognomes in this area, and you slowly
weird.
slink out.
Everyone, let's break left.
And with that, I'm gonna say go ahead and roll me initiative, everybody.
Okay.
Lincoln.
Oh my gosh.
Professor Buck.
Cool.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, the
What?
boys.
Professor Bark. Oh, I just shit
Oh
my
my
pants.
god.
But wait, I got a question.
Pooped him.
Lincoln, are you okay with switching with Uncle Jim? He's got a card that lets him switch.
Well, yes, but there's nothing around for you to use your bugbear bonus on.
Yeah, you're still probably going
That's true,
upward.
because it won't count first round and if we go into it now.
Right.
I mean, if you think you can run into a room and start blasting, then sure. But we don't know where the gnomes are, so if we go the wrong way, then
Just started blasting.
So I start. So team,
If you want to trade with me, I'm cool with that. That'll put you third.
Lincoln up first, and I guess Shadow Lincoln after that. Should put you on.
well, he takes the same turn I do.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone have any objections to fighting in the left room with the pool in it?
Nope.
All right, then that's where we're gonna go. I'm moving Lincoln at the same time, but I'm just gonna start with Shadow. 5, 10, 15, and then Lincoln also moves 5, 10, 15.
You would see this curl down to the south with an opening to the right, and as the shadow pop around, we'll open this up a little bit.
Yeah. As you breach this door, Professor Buck says that's a good place to fortify from.
Yes. Shadow's gonna move 20. Lincoln's gonna move 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay, that's gonna give you sight with this here.
beyond sight.
Sight beyond.
I don't like that we haven't come across any of them yet. Lincoln will dash. 5,
Check that upper area, maybe?
10, 15. Can I see around the corner here, or do I need to move one more?
What was your stealth check?
Oh, it was 30.
Okay, you peer around the corner and see
Oh, perfect.
a.
We can.
In there by
Autonome.
himself.
It
in
does not
there-
notice you. It's just sort of doing the sort of perennial, just scanning the area, staying idle,
this is-
etc.
This is so perfect.
Should we all hold up at Lincoln and then like go in together?
Yeah, I think so. Lincoln's not going to do anything just yet. When people come around the corner, he'll hold up a finger for one and then point out at this room, or the shadow will do that. So
Where are they, or where do we think they are?
it's up here. You can see on the map.
Oh, okay, yeah. See. Oh, so cute.
Very, very cool and peaceful.
They are.
Yeah, I think we should rush everyone in here as soon as possible. So that's what.
Yeah.
That's what I'm done with my turn.
Hey, good job, Lincoln. Tyne.
Moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will dash just to here.
Okay.
Done.
Good stuff. Forte.
Jimmy, do you want the turn?
No. That's fine.
Okay. Forte is going to 5.
Get a 17 on your stealth check, Forte.
Yes.
Yeah, polymorph.
15.
1 hour.
25 puts me right there, and I'll hold a bless. Can I do that? Can I hold a spell and bless?
You
or
can
no?
hold a spell. You can name a trigger. Just know that if the trigger doesn't happen, you still technically lose the spell slot.
I
Make it
just
simple, fail-proof.
I just cast it now.
Yeah.
How long does it last?
10 turns, I believe. Bless.
A minute.
We're
A
going in
bless
turn order, so it
is
lasts a good couple.
concentration 1 minute.
Okay, I
1
mean,
minute.
up to you. You either cast it now and it doesn't last as long, or you lose an action when combat begins. But yeah, I wouldn't hold it.
I would say your trigger could be Lincoln making the move to attack in that way.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
My thing is, I don't want to do anything super loud since we're stealthy, and if I cast a spell, it might trigger something because this is like an arcane, whatever the heck.
A fair point.
So
Yeah,
I believe
plus-
everybody's going to be in range for it, so I'd rather just hold it. When Lincoln or a party member will just say makes contact with the autonome,
Let's fucking do it.
and that will be my turn.
Good stuff. Forte. Opie.
Hoppy. So are we setting up for an ambush? Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing? Okay.
We're gonna try
Yeah.
to ambush this one guy so they can reprogram him.
More than likely,
Plus-
they'll activate the defenses of the
Oh.
dome, which are a lot of people. So we're gonna fortify.
Yeah.
And hold this position.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
good this place only has one entrance, that room.
Okay, so is this a wall
Yeah.
right here? Okay.
So
Talking
this
about
is
the blue
only
line?
door into that room.
Yeah.
This neon blue line is not a wall. It's just like a
That's not
light. But these stone-like looking things are the wall.
Okay. Everything's blue. I can't tell.
Yeah.
This is a wall with that little rounded part.
Yeah.
I think Opie's gonna go here then. Yeah.
Okay.
And just
Staying
wait.
there.
Yeah, I guess. Should I hold an action or something?
Hold.
I mean, up to
Yeah.
you.
It's not gonna cost you anything if you just want to hold a shot.
Yeah, I'll just hold a shot, I guess. Don't really have anything else to do. Yeah. We'll do that.
Overwatch.
Good stuff.
That's
Opie, Uncle Jimmy.
Jimmy's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 42 here and prepare to shoot anything he sees that is an enemy. I'm gonna hold a shot. That's it.
Good stuff, Uncle Jimmy. Professor Bark.
How big is this? This is the door that we took down to the
Came out.
regeneration
Yes.
pods.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's like that's 10 feet wide or
It's 5 feet. Pretty small.
5 feet. Okay, so it's half of that. Is it gonna remain? Is it going to stay open, or are we gonna close that?
Larry and Samuel look at one another and says, "We could close it, but realistically, it's immaterial. None of the automatons or ooze will go down into the basement area."
Well, that is my point. Maybe we should leave it open. Give us an option. Shove a droid through there, and it's instantly taken care of.
The two look at one another, nod. Not a bad idea. Yes, we'll leave it open.
It's a good
Alright.
thought.
Well then, everyone, and Professor Berg does the thing where he taps on your shoulders and it's like, good luck, and he squeezes by awkwardly. I'm just gonna squeeze past you here, Obi,
Excuse me.
looking strong, tussles hair. You're
Trick is always, do you turn forward or turn backwards when you walk by somebody? In a
oh, always forward. Never give up the front guard.
So you give up your back?
Yeah, I mean,
not
was-
technically sound
it
to
was
give up your
poorly
back.
phrased, but you. Listen, I'm a learned man, not a fighter. And shit. I guess that'll be it.
Okay.
I'm gonna prepare a spell. I'm gonna Ray of Frost, the first thing that appears.
Come on, over here.
The first enemy that appears.
Sure.
Oh, very sorry, didn't see that.
Yeah. Larry gets blasted in the fucking face. You see.
It was 3 foot tall and coming right for me. You saw it.
In a hushed manner, thanks to Lincoln's pass without trace, Larry and Samuel kind of walk stealthily into the room, quieted and kind of hunched over, making sure to get closer to where it seems like you're all leading, understanding that there's likely an autognome towards that way, but trying to also stay within a more center point between you all to remain protected. Larry looks to you, Lincoln, who seems to be the first up and nods.
That means it's my turn.
Yep, they're ready to go.
Cool. I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark this guy. And I'm gonna move the Shadow here, and he's gonna start. I casually hand my knife to Shadow, and Shadow just starts throwing. So anyway, he started throwing.
That would trigger
Damage.
bless, right?
That would
Contact.
that would trigger bless. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, I would be at 5th level, which means everybody. Opie, Tyne, Lankin, Professor Bark, Uncle Jimmy, please make sure you're getting D4s on your rolls.
5th level bless. Oh man. Okay, yeah, here we go. Dagger coming at him. Does a 19? Well, if a 19 doesn't hit, it's a 23 actually.
19 does hit.
Nice. He's gonna take 18 non-lethal damage, psychic and magical piercing.
All right. Your dagger flies forward, cutting through the sort of copper components that make up the creature's outer cortex. Its face quickly swivels to see your shadow, and you see the smiling, arcane eyes of the creature turn to frowny faces as it notices you doing this.
You idiot. Here, I'm gonna throw another one. Let's add bless to that again. 18?
18 hits.
Nice. This one is only going to be 14 damage altogether.
Right.
And
the second strike hits. This time, the frowny faces of their eyes shift to a yellow arcane image with an exclamation mark, and you begin to hear a siren sound emitting from the autonome.
Fucking guns and missile pods start like coming out of his body. Kill mode activated. I'm gonna use Unleash Incantation for the first of 2 times today to get one more attack, because I figure the sooner we kill this thing, the sooner they can start reprogramming it.
Sure.
20 will be a hit, as we already know.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
And for another 14 damage.
And this was non-lethal.
All non-lethal. I'm like aiming for like his joints to like disable him, basically. Yeah, so that's gonna be, let's see, 28 and then 36, 46 altogether.
Okay. As your quick slung blade shoots back and forth from your shadow, kind of cutting just some articulated areas, some openings of the construct circuitry. Although it begins to blare out a sort of siren sound that begins to repeat and echo through the halls, your last strike, you watch as it cuts across, and with a spark of circuitry, you watch as the autonome sort of collapses over.
Oh, excellent. All right, little ones, it's on you now, he says to the gnomes, and he moves 5, 10, 15, 20, and the shadow's going to move his remaining 5, 10, 15 down here.
All right, Larry and Samuel hear the sound and say, watch over us, we'll work quickly. But before they go, Tyne, you're up.
I will probably just move away from the wall.
Warning. Warning.
And
Oh, is this like a raised surface? Is that what this line is?
Yeah, it's
We'll
raised,
step
but not
up
by
the
much.
pool.
It's raised by like 3 or so
okay.
feet. Nothing crazy.
Cool.
It's a bath.
You're a
and
bad.
I think and my tongue.
Okay.
How dare you?
As you end your turn, Tyne, keeping prepped for whatever else may cause some dangers around, all of you begin to watch as the walls of the dome here begin to shift.
Uh-oh.
The music changed.
What was once
Don't
a
like it.
solidified exterior on the walls begins to liquefy as a large mass pushes itself down up to the north of you. A mixture of blue-like ooze and all kinds of what seem like clockwork in gears.
That's cool.
Another one pushes out of the
Can I
wall
say
to
I
the
took
south of you.
Oh no. Can I say I took the dodge action?
No.
Sure.
Kevin!
No.
You're a merciful god.
What? No.
Kevin!
Yeah.
Can't
That's
decide you
weird.
did that when the threat appears. That's not...
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, you
kinda
didn't.
Do our attacks go off?
If you have held attack actions, they would go off, I would assume.
Alright, I would say the one farthest from me then, because that one, because the coils are kind of blocking the other one.
Okay.
And plus we were looking that way. Did somebody else hold an attack action?
No.
I thought Kyle held one, sorry.
Opie did.
The Ray of Frost.
I held one, but can I really see either of them? Maybe
You
I
can
can
maybe see this one behind you.
Yeah, you either.
Oh yeah, one back there. Can I see any of
You'd
them?
see the south one at the very least, and the one. Yeah, you'd see the south one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I did hold my action, so I'll go ahead and attack, I guess.
Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
Good Ray of Frost.
Yeah. And
And remember,
slow one, right? Slow.
You only get one attack with a held action. You don't get the full multi attack.
Oh, interesting. That's a 22 for me, Jason.
Yeah, you guys all fucking obliterated. Jeez.
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, everybody check your tokens. My HP was like 2 levels out of date.
This is Tiny Lincoln. Why am I still Tiny Lincoln, Jason? Make me Big Lincoln.
Make you big, Lincoln. What?
My token, it's not sized right. It doesn't fit the grid.
You're so narrow.
It is pretty narrow.
What? What's happening?
It don't fit right. It's been like this for weeks.
His right edge doesn't get
Oh
all
my
the way to
god!
the.
Oh my god.
It's like just slightly.
Jimmy's and Tynes are the same too.
They're all the same,
Really?
actually.
Yeah, and Forte and Opie.
I thought I looked bigger than everybody else. I was confused by that.
Gotta break a few eggs here, Jack.
You are a furball. You are
Yeah.
bigger than us.
I
Leave
was like,
Opie
oh,
small.
neat touch.
Every time we do something like this, he just adds dice to every enemy monster and legendary actions.
It's
He
used
just,
to
like,
do
adds them on.
3d6. Now it does 4d6.
It hits, Opie. It hits.
Okay. It's 10 piercing for me then.
And then 24
Okey-dokey.
from Jimmy. Woo! Off turn sneak attack, boy.
24 piercing damage to the top one.
Okay, and that's is that magical?
Magical, yeah, because my weapon's +1.
Okay, it's gonna put it here. You watch as your bolt connects, and the ooze is struck by it, but the ooze then quickly, rapidly surrounds it, clockwork shifting around, and you watch as, in certain segments, the bolt is disassembled and pulled back into the mass.
Oh.
Hey Jason,
Yeah.
I remember last week we learned its strengths and weaknesses. Could you remind us what those were? Is that a thing? Can you do that? Or can we make a history check?
Yeah, you can do a history check.
I know you told us.
He did tell us, and I didn't write it all down. I wrote some of it down.
Well, do you remember what I told? Like was it damage resistance and immunities? What was it?
yeah.
Yeah, you said they were like resistant to certain things and.
Would this be from the gnomes who are telling you this?
Yeah, the gnomes told us.
Okay.
Yes.
They
We asked
tell
them
you.
if they had any.
They tell you
weaknesses.
some typical stuff. Hit them with magic weapons, otherwise they don't really give a shit. Force, poison, psychic damage they do not care about. They're immune to a whole host of conditions, so difficult to do any of that stuff. They have blind sight. And one of the most important things they told you is be very careful if they hit you within melee range, because they can begin dismantling your weapon.
Oh yeah, we don't fucking want that.
I know what I'm doing on my turn. Hopefully I can turn.
They can also disassemble people.
I'm not people in your face.
All right. Any other triggered attacks that go off?
Yeah, did you get my frost bolt on this guy? Ray of Frost?
What'd you roll?
26 to hit,
That hits.
does 8 cold, and slows its speed by 10 for the next round. So just when it moves.
Okay. Cool. It isn't going to move, shifting up 1.
Blah, 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 blah.
Samuel looks behind and says, "No, no!" as the creature attempts to use a disassembling slam against him.
Well,
No.
he's dead. It's nice. It's been nice knowing you, pal.
It's going to hit him.
Oh,
Bye.
Samuel.
Samuel is struck in the back, nearly toppling over, but stays standing at the very least.
Hey, Bazeltov.
Until.
It strikes again.
Bum, bum.
Well, he didn't have to do that.
I can always smell a butt.
Hits again. Samuel coughs blood as the second strike hits. As it pulls back, you can see it's torn through his sort of engineer outfit, and you see his bare back that now bleeds.
Unfortunate.
That is going to be it for the first Fabragoo. Forte up next.
All right, Forte slides past Opie here. We'll cast a Sanctuary on Samuel.
That is going to cancel out Bless.
Oh my gosh, why is it? No, it's not. It's a bonus action with no
It's no
concentration.
concentration? Sanctuary is not concentration?
No, because it's when you make an offensive attack, it's that one.
Yeah,
Dang.
pretty good.
No,
Nice.
It essentially neuters whoever you put it on, but if they're not attacking it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
assuming everyone's attacking, so if you got friendly NPCs who aren't doing that, it's pretty cool.
Pretty clutch. Pretty clutch.
that's my action. I can't do a bonus action. I'm just gonna hold position here and try and take up space in the door.
All right, we'll put a little angel wing on Samuel. Good stuff, Forte, fending off the doorway. With that, the one up to the north is going to begin shifting and moving towards
Okay,
Time.
Lord.
Time,
who's
you took the dodge action. That's good.
Yeah, like a big fucking cheater.
Casey said yes. That's all that matters.
First attack is a natural 20.
Oh.
They told
Wait,
you he.
Doesn't fucking matter.
with disadvantage?
Oh, no, you're right. With
no.
disadvantage.
Ah,
Told
Oh,
you he had
this
dice.
will still probably hit. 23 versus AC.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
No Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
A disassembling slam smashes into you. Time. Or
Not good.
It's fine.
14
It's not
points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, it's not that fine.
I'm terrible.
He was gone before he could say
And yeah,
R.
what else?
And 16
What
points
else
of
is
force
the-
damage.
That was bad.
Okay, just checking the stat block thing. Okay. And what kind of armor do you wear? None?
It is hide. Hide.
Okay. It's gonna try and hit you one more time.
Jesus Christ.
It's not thick armor. I
Hey,
made it
hey.
myself.
With disadvantage, 15 versus AC.
Hey, that
It
means
is box skin.
No, it's
Box
hard.
skin. Box
You
skin.
did.
Box skin. Box skin.
Smashing
Played
against your
Professor
bark
Bart.
skin, you reel back Time and watch as the Fabragoo sort of surrounds, pulling pieces of your bark skin off, tearing it off your skin, and you watch as it quickly is disassembled by the clockwork gears within the goo, but it has protected you from a second strike.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
You're doing great.
Larry looks to each of you and says, "Protect one another. Do not fall to these creatures. You will not have a chance to get back up. They will disassemble you."
Oh boy.
That thing's done, which means Opie up next.
How tall are the ceilings in here?
About 20 foot high.
Okay, he's going. Well, no, it's a bonus action. I don't need to do that this turn. Okay, Opie is going to 5'10", and he's going to look towards this guy who's sneaking up behind us, and he is going to cast web in
Nice.
this conveniently placed box
Oh, look
that I
at
have
that.
already drawn.
Okay.
It's funny how that works out.
Interesting. What's he got to do?
idea.
Manifesting.
So basically, any
Dex save?
creature. I don't think he has to do a dex save right now. I think at the beginning of.
Post it in chat. Post it in chat.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so if he starts his turn in the web, then he has to make a dex save or it's restrained.
What?
Plus it's difficult terrain even if it's not.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So
Interesting.
it doesn't have
Okay.
to do anything now.
All right, Opie, you fling your hands back. The insects shoot out from one of your sleeves and quickly wind a net around the two pillars in this area, binding this circular or square spot full of webbing.
Yeah. And that was his action. I don't really have no bonus action. Yeah, we're good.
All
Opie's
right.
gonna stay there.
A risky play, Opie, but you watch as the ooze behind you begins to slowly shift towards you and begins to get wrapped in the webbing. It fails its save and is restrained.
Yeah.
Nice.
Plays. Big plays.
play.
Nice.
Good shit.
That means Uncle Jimmy up next.
It's like 2 frickin' whole attacks. That's super key. Jimmy is going to take a. Is that okay? Is that a 5-foot movement? Am I like on a 5 feet up or a ledge or something?
It
or
only
is that-
goes up 2 or 3 feet. That's fine.
Okay. I
just
just wanted
like-
to back up to give everyone a
you-
little more room.
You lift up your foot and just kind of push yourself up on this platform.
I'm gonna take one more step back, and I'm gonna focus fire on what I was shooting before. This guy to the north. Cross my fingers and hope it works.
Add a d4 to hit as well.
23 hit.
All right, awesome. 23. It's 23 damage.
All right, 23 damage as your bolt strikes some of the clockwork inside of the thing. Your bolt strikes into, knocking some of it out.
Bonus action, take a single attack.
Sure.
Oh, it's on the wrong one, but that's a natty 20.
Hey, yo.
20. Take good boy card.
Alright, so I'm rolling damage twice just because it asked, so I can get the damage off it. That's minus the 14 damage total.
All right, another 14 damage. Good stuff as another bolt strikes hard into a area that has a mass conglomeration of gears, trying to do what you can to sort of take apart the physicality of this goo mixture of the Fabrigoo. Good stuff. Anything else, Uncle Jimmy?
I scan the room real quick and pass my turn.
The walls quiver. Up next, Professor Bark.
Professor Bark looks at Samuel and looks over top of him to Forte, points at the big globule behind him and says, "You take care of that one." I've got the other. And he uses polymorph out of himself to become a giant ape. Which is a huge creature. I'm gonna grow up this way to push Tynar out that way.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be right here because Shadow's incorporeal and these guys can absolutely share space with a huge creature, I think.
Samuel and Larry hide underneath your feet. Tyne, you're nearly you can like do that thing where you like step at the edge with a pool behind you of water, nearly toppling in. Can the shadow hide underneath you?
It's immaterial. Anybody can move through it, including enemies.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It does get attacks of opportunity, but enemies can move through them.
Gotcha. All right. Professor Bark's body shifts, transforming into a massive ape.
And I should have used that earlier because that's my whole turn.
All right.
My whole turn. My whole turn.
Larry looks forward and says, damn it, they blocked the entryway. I'm not sure what I should do. He looks to the rest of you.
Stay with the ape. We'll get you there.
He turns, looking at your shadow, Lincoln, and says, could I perhaps hide more directly under the giant ape?
As soon as it's my turn. I mean, hypothetically, I think he could stand in the shadow spot.
That's what I was going to try. Is it that allowed? Can he do that?
Yeah, his only thing is I have to manifest him in an unoccupied space when I summon him.
Okay.
But as far as I know, it's just there.
It's like my unicorn.
Another rare D&D moment where you'll never say this sentence anywhere else, but Larry the gnome steps inside of the sort of skeletal shadow of Lincoln, hiding just around the ball sack of Professor Bark's giant ape form.
Do you feel like you're in Spirit Halloween?
It smells!
From the dangers.
It's all blue.
It's all blue!
Got some Famunda.
Just Tarzaning his way around underneath Bart.
With that, Lincoln up next.
All right, we gotta move this guy. That's the thing.
Hit him.
I don't know if I have any spells that can help with that, unfortunately. So I'm gonna do what I do best and start stabbing.
Blast it.
I'm gonna move 5, 10. I can swim, so it doesn't matter how deep this is. 15.
It's not very deep. It's like a bathing deep, so it goes probably like 4 or so feet.
Actually, I'll just stand on this turnstile thing here, the steam vent thing.
Sure. Bathing
And
for
then my
gnomes.
shadow is gonna move 5, 10,
So anyway, I started stabbing.
15, 20. Actually, 25. I want to see if I can coax him to attack the shadow or something like that. Anyway, bonus action, I reapply Hunter's Mark to that guy. And
Okay.
Shadow's gonna attack. And man, this is really important, so I might just even action surge so our gnome friends can get in the building. But we'll see how this goes. All right, first dagger attack. Jesus, 28.
That'll hit.
Oh man, these rolls. That is going to be 23 damage with the first dagger strike.
That's a lot.
Nice.
Damn it.
Yeah. It flies back to the Shadow's hand, and he throws it again for 19 plus a d4 just in case for 22.
Totally hits.
It's going to be 14.
All right.
So let's see, we're at the 37. Yeah, we're at 37. And I'm going to action surge so we can try to get this guy out of the way as soon as possible, I think. Here, let me mark this off so I don't cheat and use it later. Action surge. Cool. All right, 2 more attacks coming at him. Ooh, that's a critical failure, but I mean, it's automatically gonna miss. but it's a 15 total.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Cool. And then last attack with the dagger. Could miss, maybe. 16?
16, hold, please. 16.
He's made a goo.
Hits.
He's made a goo. Hey,
Big
all right.
goo
It wasn't a totally wasted action surge then. All right, he is going to take 17 from that, so altogether, I believe that's 54 damage.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 54.
Sorry, what was the last bit of damage? I was doing
17 total.
17, okay. Thank you.
17, yeah. I guess that's all Lincoln's got. He's just throwing everything he has at this first jelly man.
Several portions of its body is sort of carved away. You notice the more of the sort of physical pieces of metal and gearwork inside that you eschew away, the more of its sort of mass begins to slowly deteriorate. Still stands.
Cool. Yeah, figured. That's it for Lincoln.
All right,
Do you
stuff.
have one of those free shadow attacks with attack?
I do, but it's my last one for the day.
No, you're good.
Yeah, and I just spent action surge, so I want to save something. Anyway, I'm done.
All right, good stuff. That means Tyne up next.
I'm still in range of it, yes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
I want to save my action. I'm gonna just try to move away. It gets a AoE.
All right, living on the edge. I like it. Here it comes. It slaps your way. It's
you're just
gonna.
picking the
That's
attack?
gonna hit. That's gonna.
Oh, it's alright.
24 disease.
Yeah.
All right,
As long as it doesn't
Tyne.
down.
You take. What's that?
I'm like, as long as I'm not going down, I should be fine.
Yes, as the gnome said, you do not want to go down. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Then the force.
And an additional 16 points of force damage.
Oof. Force damage just gets you. Alright, so yeah, I move though, 5.
What's your HP at, Tyne?
10, 15. I am now at 20 out of 73.
You all watch as time begins to run. One of the goo pseudopods reaches out, wrapping around Tyne's arm. He wrestles it free to move out of its range, but you watch as it tears bits of his flesh off with gearwork, disassembling his arms somewhat.
Oh, jeez.
So, I don't recommend you let them do that to you. Bonus action. Summoning my spirit totem. Give me my unicorn, Jason, please. Please.
Alrighty.
Now you pay for your transgressions, Jason. The healing has commenced.
Good. This is good. You're gonna want this. Hang on. Grabbing unicorn thing. And I'm just gonna give you control over it so you can do whatever you want with it. There you go. Enjoy.
Alright. Then I am going to cast Healing Word on myself for 19 healing, and that'll also give everyone that I choose, any creature within the range of the radius also gets 10 healing, so it's going to be everybody who needs it. Anybody who needs it.
Samuel needs it.
will absolutely take it. He is in deep
that's
shit.
what I figured.
Samuel.
Or Samuel.
So that means I also get that, so I get 29 total healing. Okay. That sucked, but it was worth it. I am done.
Lincoln, make a perception check, please.
Oh, God. Okay. I'd never like that. Oh, 20. Unnatural 20.
As Tyne is done, the Fabrigoo, actually, we'll save your perception, but technically it's a Fabrigoo down below here. This one, ooh, it is going to try and strike Samuel, but Samuel is under the effects of Sanctuary, which means what happens, Nick?
It's got to make a
Some type of save or it can't
wisdom
hit him?
save. I'll post it for you. It's got to make a DC 15 wisdom save or it loses its action for attacker spell.
All right, it loses that attack. It's going to attempt to sling one more disassembling slam at Samuel, its primary target. Has to make another save, though. DC was what?
It fails. It's got to choose a new target or lose the attack.
Oh, got to
It's
choose a new
15.
target.
Well, if it fails.
If it fails.
It can try again. It loses it. If it wants to go at.
Well, if it's
So it's either it saves, it goes after. It can go after it. Just the attack does nothing. So it's got to pass 15 to try to attack it.
and if it fails, it could hit Professor Bark.
If it wants to.
It's absolutely going to try, as it fails the first one. Professor Bark, 14 versus AC.
I believe that any number you say will hit.
Oh, no.
I have an AC of 12
Okay.
per giant ape.
That's going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional 10 points of force damage, 25 total.
Can I make you roll disadvantage on that attack?
Any? How?
Sabotage.
On its next
my
D20
card.
roll, you could do
D20.
this. You could do the second one because it is going to
Okay,
attack
yeah.
again. It can't hit Samuel because it failed the second save, so it's going to sling a disassembling slam at Professor Bark instead. But this time at disadvantage. This actually may miss even in your ape form. What about 11 versus AC?
Wait. Miss.
All right. Yelling out, you distract the creature time, and it turns your way for just a second. Missing both Samuel, protected by the sanctuary, and Professor Bark himself. Good stuff. Forte up next.
Okay. Gonna cast a second sanctuary on Larry as a bonus action. So now they are both buffed with the same save or suck for hitting them. And then for my action, I will cantrip, blast Sacred Flame at the top goo.
Okay.
Please make a Dex 15 save.
Fails.
He will take 19 radiant.
19.
All right. Let's go put it here. All right. Good stuff.
Opium going in here, okay? Forte's gonna try and get in between the goo and our little gnome buddies, since Opie said that one's restrained. That's everything I can do. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay. As the Fabrigoo up here, who a lot of portions of its body's been sloughed off by your attacks, but still stands. Lincoln, with your perception check that we were talking about earlier, you notice two things. You've been switching your dagger between you and your shadow a lot, and now you notice, as either one of you holds it in your hands, bits and pieces of it have been slightly disassembled as a -1 penalty to its attack and damage.
Oh no! Oh, that's bad.
Additionally, with your perception check, as you're noticing this and watching the different oozes, you watch as the northern Fabrigoo begins to slink just slightly over towards Shadow, and then stops right at the water's edge, and then pulls back, turning to attack Professor Bark instead. Okie dokie, here they come. This one will actually miss. Professor Bark goes lower than the last roll. It swings again, though, and that's going to be... Ooh, that'll probably hit. 18 versus AC.
Yeah.
All right. It smacks into you for 12 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of force damage.
Oh boy. Bring it on.
It is done, however. Which means Opie up next.
Hey. Opie is going to bonus action Hunter's Mark this guy. Wait, that's concentration, isn't it? Never mind. Take that back. Take it back. Take it back. I don't make my web go away.
Rewind.
Never mind then. Opie is just going to attack it.
Sure.
15. I'll add a plus 116.
That hits.
Yay. And 30 hits. So that is 14 piercing, 16 piercing, so 30 piercing.
Okay, you fire a volley of arrows into the one behind you.
And swarm attack for more damage. And I think that's it. He's just gonna maintain this position.
Very good stuff. That means the one caught in the webbing behind you is going. Does it make another saving throw?
It makes a strength saving throw now.
Oh,
Since
okay.
it's already stuck, so it has to make a strength saving throw to unstick itself.
What's that DC?
That DC is 14.
Right. It tears through the webbing that it had trapped in.
Okay. It can move. It is still difficult terrain, though.
Okay.
If that affects it.
See how far it can go if that's the case.
Okay, it's its action to free itself.
How high does your webbing go?
That's good to mention. Did you catch that, Jason?
What's that?
It's his action to free himself.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's a 20-foot cube, so it's 20 feet high.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It stops right there.
Okay.
You have made it use its stuff to try and pull itself out of the wrappings of the web, which was a smart move. So Uncle Jimmy up next.
Business as usual. Another shot at the one I've been fighting, or shooting up top. Do I want advantage? Do I want to fish for that crit? I'm just gonna take a normal shot.
A normal shot. 17 hits.
Just for help.
Shooting in the northern one.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a total of 30 damage.
What does it look like when you strike this goo down?
Yes.
Good.
Hit the center, and whatever maybe gooey core it has at the center hit it, and it just, like those time stops they do in videos or like movies, where it just falls like a puddle of water and like oozes on the ground.
Not enough mass of gear work to maintain its form. It splashes on the ground. What bits and pieces of it left naturally just reform into the floor.
Free action.
Get in the door, OP.
Free action to pull up the cigar and take a shot at the other.
Sure.
That's another 17.
That'll hit.
That is 10 piercing damage.
All right.
I'm going to...
Is that the one near Samuel or the one behind Opie?
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, the one to the south, yes.
Okay, thank you.
He's going to take 10 feet of movement back. If I'm in the pool, do I still have line of sight?
Yeah, pool is like a bathing pool for gnomes. Goes down about 3 or 4 feet.
All right, I'm get my feet wet then and take a few steps back. And I'm going to pass my turn.
Right, good stuff. Up next is Professor Ape.
Gorilla Grodd.
Rampage World Tour, Professor Bart.
Giant rampage version of Professor Bark starts sumo wrestling it. I want to make
Samuel, let them fight.
Don't get in their way. I'm gonna. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try and grapple it with the first one. So contested athletic. +9. God damn it. How do I roll this? There it is. Normal roll. Oop. It only whispered it, but it was a 14.
Yeah, I see it.
Fuck.
You're trying to
You
grapple
get a-
the thing.
With a +9, yeah, to grapple.
Do you get blessed on that or no?
Oh, yeah. It's a check, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, Professor
16.
Bark, in your giant ape form, you go to grip at this thing to try and grapple it. You
16 all day, by the way.
take 5 points of force damage as you feel clockwork underneath your ape-like hands as you grip around it begin to carve into your skin, but it is grappled.
Oh, jeez. And then I want to subject to some force movement by just pushing it up against the wall.
Okay, let me make sure that's
Yeah.
cool to be done. Yes. You push the hardened masses of clockwork that you can kind of feel in the center of the thing, pushing through the pane to smash it against the wall.
And then, for flavor's sake, I'm just like bashing it against the wall, but the attack I'm using is the gorilla's other fist attack.
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
22
hit
hits.
does- oh my god. 31 bludgeoning damage? Is that right? 10 plus 6? That's not right. Holy shit.
You'll love it.
Does the force grapple incur an attack of opportunity?
I rolled 997 on 3d10. Jesus fucking Christ.
job, dude.
Hell yeah.
Monkey kill.
Charged up DK punch.
I never
You
look at the damage. I should have just hit it twice.
You slam the thing into the wall, Professor Bark, and you feel your fist sting from the clockwork hitting it. You take an additional 3 points of force damage, but you do sort of smash into the hardened interior where the clockwork is held.
Monkey kill.
Flavor-wise, I'm just like leaning up against it while it's choked up against the wall.
All right, cool. Anything else, Professor Bark?
That's the end of my turn.
No attack of opportunity for the shove, right?
Nope. Force movement.
Force movement. Larry looks to Samuel and says, "All right, the others are helping us out. It's do or die. We'll need both of us to make this work quicker. Come on, Samuel." As both Larry begins to run forward, 5, 10, 15, cutting around the corner, 20, 25, and then 5, 20, 30. Uncle Jimmy, you can see out of the corner of your eye that both of them begin to lean over and grab down at their tool belts around their outfits and quickly begin to pop the back sort of metal plate of the autonom and quickly begin working. "Buy us just a little time," you hear Samuel yell, coughing out. Let's see here.
Alright.
I think it's when a creature probably enters the web that they need to make a check, Opie, is that right?
Yes.
No, it's whenever they start their turn in the web.
All right, you begin to see...
Enter. Or enter. The web.
I would
Or
imagine.
enter, yeah.
Okay, what's the DC?
Yeah.
The DC for that is 14.
One of the autonomes walks into the room, walking behind the Fabrigu, and just begins to like get its face just wrapped up in the webbing like a real idiot.
Cute.
Let's see here. You see a auto-gnome beginning to rear around the corner, Opie, looking your way.
No.
Okey-dokey.
Opie, get in. Get in.
That's that stuff. We roll back up the top. Lankin.
The turn order for the goo, is that all of the goo? Or is it just this one goo down here?
Did I?
Yeah, you deleted them off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's only
Supposed
one.
to be in between.
It's the turn
myself
order
and
shit
Opie.
under my DM stuff. Like, it's got like 7 of each of you. It's so fucking annoying.
You gotta clear it, buddy.
You gotta clear it, yeah.
Well, I know, but the thing is they're all different initiatives. I've tried that before. I'll delete one of them, and one of you guys will be like, "No, that's my actual turn order." So it's fine.
You gotta start from scratch, man.
I know, but here's what happens. I do that, and whenever you guys do the thing in D&D Beyond to roll your initiative, it'll add like 3 of your initiatives. Really weird. And some of them are like instances of a previous battle that were removed previously. It's very strange.
That is super weird.
Like I have the flesh blood pool from our last battle when I already deleted it off the tracker. It's really fucking. I have the fucking auto gnome on this thing. I don't know what's happening with roll 20.
I did see the auto gnome.
I think
Main thing,
this thing
when
goes
does
after
this get-
Opie, I think. Or yeah,
Before.
before Opie. Okay,
No, after. Yeah.
after.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to know. Okay, after is good. Can I hold my turn till after OP? Is that a thing I can do? Like delay until then?
Sure.
I don't remember how that works in this
Typically,
game, so-
delaying turn puts you at the end of the initiative, but I'll say you could wait until a specific time.
Here, how about I give you my inspiration? How does that sound?
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. I don't want to break the rules.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, I hold my turn till after OP goes then. And I continue urging OP to get out of that hallway and as far into this room as he can.
All right. Okay. Let's grab the right Lincoln token and move it underneath OP, because there's another one at 21. Wow. All right. In the meantime, Tyne up next.
Okay. So everyone looks good. It looks the gnomes still need healing? Possibly?
Samuel still looked banged up. Absolutely.
If you're handing out healing, Big Monkey can use it.
Okay. Well, actually, what I was gonna do wall of water around them because I feel like the slimes don't like water.
Ooh, interesting.
That'd be helpful.
I'd say that's a better
Okay.
use of your first action. I don't need the help.
Alright, yeah, and so that's why I also moved in the water, and I can see in that room. Yeah, I am casting Wall of Water. It works just like Wall of Fire, except it's water. So I'm making it as a 20-foot, 20 radius ring. So pretty much the entire wall of that room. Hopefully keeping anything out. Hopefully.
You hear
Is it-
Larry
it'll
yell,
be-
"We've been betrayed! We're going to drown!"
No, you are fine. I have got this.
Betrayed. It's amazing.
It's inevitable, they're betrayal.
You will be fine. I promise.
Okay, we're trusting you.
Yeah, so it's 20 feet high, 20 feet in diameter, and just a foot thick. So they've got a lot of space. They're not going to drown.
So probably like
Nice.
So, yeah.
right here.
You want to give those dimensions again? What?
I've had this spell for so long. I've never had a reason to use it.
Okay, good stuff. Tyne, anything else?
And now I cannot use Healing Word even if it's a bonus action because I already did that spell, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
it's only one leveled spell.
Okay. I am done.
All right, good stuff.
Pretty clever with the wall of water. I like that.
Sneaky, sis.
I hope so.
The grappled Fabragoo down below is going to try and strike against Professor Bark in ape form. Not really caring that he's got a stranglehold on it.
Oh, what is... Shit. I should have been ahead of this.
21 versus AC.
21 will hit.
Okay. First hit is 13 bludgeoning damage as it strikes into you. And an additional 10 force damage.
You said 13 and 20, 13 and 10?
Yes. 23 total on the first one. Another clockwork pseudopod forms and strikes against you. This may miss. 15 versus AC?
Hits.
Okay.
Crippled.
This one's going to strike you for, 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Minus 23, minus 28,
And 9 points of force, so 29.
minus 9. Brah. I could last one, maybe 2 more rounds of that.
That's it for its turn as it just continues to try and strike into you. Forte up next.
All right, Forte wants to check on the condition of this automaton goo
Sure.
down south.
Yeah, give me a meaningful check.
Got it. Insight, medicine.
Medicine,
Okay.
yeah, would probably work. Nature, those things. Investigation, maybe even work in this case.
19.
Use your goo lore.
Your goo lore, yeah. With a 19, Professor Bark, you see a couple pieces of goo-covered gears laying at the base, torn from its body. It's definitely taken some damage, but it's still standing relatively strong. It is not close to toppling over just yet.
Okay.
Things seem pretty hardy, despite their weird sort of gooey form.
Forte will slide 5. Right here. Sacred Flame on the big guy on the bottom. DC 15 dex save.
That is going to be a failure.
17 radiant. A 1 roll. Awesome.
Gonna bring up here, okay, as a blast of radiant energy sears off some of its gooey form.
And hearing Lankin call out to Opie, I'll cast a 3rd Sanctuary on Opie. Opie now has little Forge Angel wings until Opie attacks again. So Opie can get inside without getting blown up by everything.
Sick move. Alright, good stuff for today.
I will then, because Opie can move through my space, but this little guy cannot. I'll take up space in the door, standing shoulder to shoulder with Professor Vark very heroically. That's my turn.
Good stuff. That means Opie up next.
All right.
Get in here.
Move first, then attack, please.
Move first, then attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you
Oh,
attack,
yeah.
that sanctuary goes away.
Sanctuary.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15. I'm guessing it gets an opportunity attack.
It would have to pass a 15 wisdom save to hit you.
It's gonna definitely try. It fails, but it's gonna
Okay.
try and instead hit you, Forte, if it can redirect its attack.
Yeah, it just says it's got to either change targets or it loses its opportunity, so.
Yeah, not that it really matters since you have like a 39 AC, so it turns to you with a slightly aggravated look in its arcane eyes and tries to throw a punch. Unfortunately, it just sort of clanks against your steel breastplate and you just sort of look back up at it.
Yes.
Alright, good stuff, Opie. What else you got? 4K HD, where this
What the hell?
I didn't want to clog up chat by saying that. I was curious what Bark would look like as a gorilla. That's what he
Bark
said.
looks like.
I thought Rillaboom from Pokemon, like leafy and cool.
Would look really cool.
Albino ape from fucking Rampage movie.
From Rampage. That was immediately what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I said Bark, not OBs.
Okay. Opie's gonna go ahead and take 2 attacks on the little.
Not the little guy. Okay.
Actually, no. Opie's gonna attack this thing.
Sure.
That's a 16 and an 18, so I think they both hit.
Let me double check. Yes.
You-
Okay, that's 24 piercing. Form attack. 4 damage.
Right? Arrow flies, cutting off a portion of its metallic beard, striking into its chest as sparks sort of flew out.
And then he is going to bonus action Writhing Tide.
Oh, what?
So all his fireflies gather beneath him and lift him up 10 feet into the air.
Nice.
And
I'm pithing, Mr. Lankin.
and he's going to make his way towards the water. I think that's 20, 25, 30.
High up
Didn't we
we
learn
floating?
last session that Opie has? Don't you have a what was it? Shadow Step or something? That we never knew.
No, that was Lincoln. That was gaseous form he has. Lincoln can swap places.
That's
with
it.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have gaseous form now, yeah.
How high up is Opie?
We use that.
He has 10 feet.
Okay, so we'll do 2 of these so you're up in the air.
Okay.
All right, good stuff. Opie, anything else?
No, that is it from Opie.
Lankin.
Lincoln is gonna move his shadow 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does he have to do anything to get through the wall of water?
See,
Walls, difficult terrain.
Okay. In that case, he's right here. He emerges through the water and says hello.
Jesus Christ! All right, keep working, Samuel.
Work harder. You see Lincoln shake the lantern around his antlers, and a huge swarm of moths starts to apparate in front of him as he casts for the first time Insect Plague. Let's see how they like bees. I'm gonna put a big plague of death's head moths centered right here, and it goes 20 feet and around corners. So it'll go down here, all sorts of good stuff. Anyway, I'll draw that in a second. It affects the 2 of these guys. It's difficult terrain again. It's lightly obscured again. And when the area appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw. So the gnome and the goo for
boy.
DC 15.
We'll do
on
goo
that.
first, gnome after. You said DC 15? Cool, fuck. Both fail.
Nice. They both take. Actually, it's at 5th level. Ooh. Oh, okay. No, that's normal. All right, never mind. They both take 26 piercing damage as the moths just start eating them.
Oh my god. Okay, let me do that real quick, and then I'll take a snapshot of this initiative so you can see it. It's gonna put this one here. And then this other one. Okay, good stuff. A volley of moths just sort of descend, attacking the automatons and the Fabriger down below.
And I'm not gonna draw the whole thing, but the idea is that 5, 10, 15, 20, it's going to spread all the way like up here too. And then all the way also down to the south.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, and that's all.
All right. Very cool. Anything else, Lincoln?
No, I think that's all I can do.
Okay, Fabrigoo up. I think it starts in the webbing, so it needs to make another dex check, Amanda.
Yes.
And DC.
14.
Oh man, it would have made it, except it's slow as shit. It is caught in the webbing.
Oh, excellent! Oh, my moths will feast. He's if he ends his turn there, he's got to make another save for the moths.
Oh yeah, it's gonna end its turn there. It needs to make another save.
And that save, DC 15 con.
This will pass. Just barely,
Okay,
but it does pass.
He takes 9 piercing damage.
All right, still pretty good stuff. That's gonna drop it here as the moths sort of descend, snacking on the chewy bits of the Fabrigoo.
Yes, feast.
And that's all it can do because it's stuck. It's trapped. Uncle Jimmy up next.
How you doing? Another shot at the one on the bottom.
Blast him, Jimmy.
22.
22 hits.
33 damage.
33 damage.
That's what I thought. I'd like to.
A bolt flies in, skewering several pieces of clockwork inside the creature.
Bonus action, another shot. Ugh, that's a 12, but I'm gonna roll my d4. That's 16 total.
16, hang on. I posted my initiative in the private.
Hey, before you even say it, I'll add a +1 if I need to.
Hits.
Alright. Ain't gonna be much, but it's worth it.
Damage is damage, dude.
Oh god.
That is 10 piercing damage.
Another bolt flies in. All right, good stuff.
That's it.
All right, good stuff, Uncle Jimmy. Professor Barkton up next.
Professor Bark is going to continue the onslaught. Let's fist this guy. I wonder if this works. Multi-attack. That didn't work.
Ape make 2-fist attack.
Boom, boom. 20 to hit for 20 damage.
All right, you smash into the thing for 20 points of damage, bashing and crushing some of the clockwork that is inside of its gooey form. At the same time, also taking 4 points of force damage.
And then I do it again. 17 for 24.
All right, 24 points of damage. This thing has been pretty battered, and only a small portion of it still alive, held in your grip. You take an additional 5 points of force damage.
Oh boy. And that will be the end of my turn.
All right, good stuff. That means Larry and Samuel up. Link in your shadow, peering in, watching the two work. It's muffled, but you can hear the sound of Larry yelling out, "Just hold them off for one more round. I think we can do it. A couple more seconds."
Nice. Hold strong, Shadow says. Or else.
We'll start with the one down near Forte. First, it's going to try and do a shocking attack against you. It just smashes against your breastplate harmlessly. However, its eyes shift, turning from a frustrated face to yellow with an exclamation mark as it begins to let out an alarming sound. Lincoln, you look down south from you, and peeling off the wall is another fabric.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
The gnome that's caught in a just series of mishaps down here. Gonna try and use a strength check to break out for whatever it's worth. What's the DC, Amanda?
It's 14.
Oh, it's so close, but he's trapped in there. Maws continue to bite at him.
DC 15 con save.
Okay, makes a save.
He'll take 7 damage. The moths are getting 4.
All right.
Clearly.
The maws rip off one of the autognome's arms as it turns to look, and its faces and its eyes turn to little sad faces with
little crying
teardrops.
emojis.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you, pal.
All right. Okay, they are done. So we roll back up to the top. Time, you are up. Looks like there needs to only be a survival for a couple more seconds, but another Fabrigo is pulled off the wall.
I will cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Professor Buck for 11 healing, plus 10 for anyone who needs it from the unicorn, and everybody is in that, including the gnomes inside the thing.
That's weird, but all right, cool.
They are still they're still in the aura. No, it's healing.
Okay, cool.
As long as you're in the aura. I guess just in case, as a bonus action, I cast Shillelagh on my walking staff. Yeah.
Is healing word a bonus action?
It can be.
What do you mean it can be?
Well, I mean, it is technically, I guess, but I used it. Can I not just use it as my action?
No, it's one or the other.
Okay.
This one is probably close to death. Can you just like try and push it over the edge so it doesn't attack me again? Do you have just any attack that you can use, like a cantrip that you can attack with?
Can I use it? Yeah, I can produce flame or yeah. I don't know.
Maybe,
I forget it. I have Thorn Whip, but I didn't realize it pulled things. Can I not pull things? Can I choose not to?
If it says you can
Actually,
do
it's
that.
probably too. It just says if the attack. Oh, it might be too big anyway. If the attack hits, creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you can pull the creature up to 10 feet closer.
You can, so it means you have.
You pull the creature up to 10.
Then
feet.
you don't have to.
It says up
Yeah.
to.
Also,
You can pull it 0.
the range is 10 feet on that.
30.
It's 30 feet.
Oh,
Yes.
is it really?
That's the specific language. You pull the creature up to, so you could choose to pull it no feet is the modifier.
Nice.
Okay, so in that case, then
I didn't realize that actually.
What
The
is it?
Thorn
Yeah,
Whip
that
is super good.
Thorn Whip's a lot better than I thought it was.
I was like, why would you
I'd
ever
be-
take this?
pull it in melee range of yourself.
To
Right.
keep things
Can I-
next to you.
can I stand in the water but on this space? Is that
Yeah, that's fine.
okay?
You got like a foot on the outer rim of the marble pool.
I guess I can
and
back up a
foot in.
little. I guess I can back up actually. Not as far as I thought. Because 30 feet, yeah.
Grappled by you, so I don't know that you can pull it away.
Alright, so Thorn Whip. I got an extra cantrip the other day, so yeah, why not? 25 to hit. Oh, is that damage? No, that's the damage.
Yeah, that's the hit, and it does.
Okay, sweet. And so
And then click on Thorn Whip. Yeah, you get it.
11 piercing.
What does it
And
look
I
like
will
when
pull
you
it 0
take
feet.
out this goo?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I fling the whip and it like kind of wraps around it and just squeezes like through it. Just
torn asunder. what little form it had left by Tyne. Professor Bark, you watch as it slips out of your grip, splashing onto the ground and reforming with the surface of the Rugel facility itself. It is taken out. Good stuff. Anything else, Tyne?
That will be my turn.
Right. Very
The
cool.
best healer round ever. You've healed damage and prevented even more from happening.
Right?
Good stuff. So that means Forte up next instead of that thing.
Forte is going to try and do something about this little guy right here. As an action, I'd like to Sacred Flame it. Please make a DC 15 Dex.
It gets a 0.
19 Radiant.
What does it look like when you just utterly decimate the autognome?
Sparks shoot out of it from the inside as it just overheats.
All right. Its eyes turn to like hot emojis for a second as it short circuits before its eyes explode and it topples over.
The device is too hot. Don't have bonus actions that I'm willing to do. Yeah, that's just gonna hold right here, hold position.
All right, good stuff. That means Opie.
Opie, Opie's gonna go. I mean, he's just gonna go. Well, no, he'll stay here. He's going to attack this guy down here.
Sure.
Oh, that's a crit fail 13.
Yeah,
Which
that'll
doesn't.
miss.
And a 22.
22 hits.
That's 13 piercing.
Okay, that one strikes pretty hard, hitting its mark.
Swarm attack, 3 damage. And now he'll go out over the water just for protection.
The waters are cool, clean. Things would maybe be nice in this area. Aren't for dismantling flesh goos around.
Maybe after this we can take a swim, guys.
Like it up next.
Nobody wants to take a swim.
I'm peeing in the water, Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Fucking no, what? Okay. I don't have Hunter's Mark anymore, which is a bummer. I'm gonna bonus action swap places with my shadow. And my shadow's gonna draw a rapier because I don't want to damage my dagger anymore.
All right.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
All right.
Because that's all I can. Unless an interact is drawing a weapon, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I guess I could attack him then. I'll attack him. Sure, I'll move my shadow down here and we'll go to attack town.
Okay.
On him.
Attack.
I gotta roll this. I don't have a macro for this because I was like, when am I ever gonna use a fucking rapier again?
17 would hit.
Okay, cool. We'll take. Ooh, good roll. He takes 14 from that.
Yeah, that's not actually.
Yeah, that's without Hunter's Mark. Second rapier attack.
The rapier goes in, striking some of the clockwork inside. Your shadow has a little difficulty pulling it back out, and as it does, it notices the tip of the spear has been disassembled. It has a -1 to its attacks. 21 still hits up.
Wait, 21. All right. I rounded off with a nice even another 14.
All
Not
right.
bad.
Okay.
Now, for what it's worth, Jason, this
Yep.
is all non-magical. I no longer have cool abilities on my rapier. So
Gotcha. Yep.
So it's
Rapier
20
hits
it's-
again, has a -2 penalty to its attacking damage
no,
roll.
it has goo on it. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Things are tearing anything hit with them apart.
That's it for Lincoln, though.
Right. Good stuff, Lincoln. Up next is this poor bastard goo caught in several hundred different things down here. It's going to make a strength check to pull out of the webbing and is, at the very least with this save, easily able to do so. Now, it's still difficult terrain. I don't think difficult terrain stacks, right?
It does not, no.
Okay. So, despite its size, Forte, you watch as it begins to shift down, pushing in 5, 10,
Fucking
15,
awesome.
20,
It goes squash and stretch.
25, 30.
I think that's not difficult terrain. Only the stuff in my pink.
No, the locusts are also difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
Lincoln's
Oh, okay,
locusts
okay.
are as well. So yeah, it's having a hard
And
time
they're-
moving through the swarm of locusts here.
It's lightly obscured. Not that that matters.
And it used an action to peel away, right?
Yeah, but it's only able to get here, already use its action, which means it stays within the realm of the critters, so it needs to make a save.
Sure does.
DC 15 con. It does make it, but it's still going to take some damage.
It is going to take 7 damage.
All right. It's going to put it down here. Good stuff.
What are these damage rolls?
Yeah, well, you know.
Damage is damage.
It's there for the CC more than anything.
Yeah.
It's
Uncle
doing
Jimmy!
And do the thing. Same. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
21
21 hits.
is 26 damage.
All right. 26
Bonus action, take another shot.
damage.
It's a 15 plus 3, that's 18.
And that hits with the bonus.
Ugh. 9 piercing.
All right. It's gonna put it here. All right, good stuff. 2 bolts fly out, striking the Fabrigoo below Shadow.
5 feet back diagonally and pass my turn.
Right. Professor Bark 8 form.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm gonna try and grapple it with an athletics contested check.
I'll
Right.
happily try and make that.
Does a oh shit? It does a oh shit 27 to grapple.
It rolled pretty high itself, but that is still going to beat it as you grip around it with your large monkey arms, feeling the sting of 3 points of force damage.
Eight
Now that I've
together
got-
strong.
Now that I start feasting.
No, stop saying it like that.
It's really tactical. It's 20 for 20.
All right, you smash into it, the fist taking an additional 3 points, but you smash into it hard. You fist it right into its clockwork.
All over again.
I hate it here.
Yeah, great. I'm
I love it.
It's a giant
Really
goo. He's punching the thing.
Wet and gooey.
I hate it here.
All right, anything else, Professor Bart?
Shoulder deep.
All right. Larry and Samuel say, just a few more seconds. We almost have it. We're going to round out the last of the
You
round.
said that again last.
This one is going to go down at the bottom here. It's going to try and strike out at you, Professor Bark, with a disassembling slam. This may miss. This is going to be 14 versus AC.
Oh, hit. Oh.
All right, that'll be a hit. So that's going to be 17 points of bludgeoning, 6 points of force.
6.
It strikes again. If the last one hit, this one will too.
No.
It's for 14 points of bludgeoning
14.
and 9 points of force.
That's fine. Kevin kept me in ape form.
All right. It strikes against you, and you feel the stinging pain of the disassembling clockwork inside, sort of trying to pull at your flesh to tear your organic form apart. But you maintain your great ape form. This clockwork thing back here, I mean, Lincoln, a whole bunch of your locusts just swarm inside of its eyeballs, and it just explodes.
Good.
As that happens, Lincoln pushing your head through the tidal wave that wraps around Larry and Samuel, you see the downed autognome begin to spring back to life. Its head popping up, its eyes beginning to light up again. However, as they do light up, you watch as there is a smiling face that forms on them.
On the gnome or on Larry or Samuel?
On the autognome that's reawakened between
Okay.
Larry and Samuel.
That could be good.
It looks around and smiles at both of you. Larry and Samuel sort of slap it on the back, and you see them smiling back at it, attempting to keep up the ruse, and it continues to smile back. As it does, Professor Bark, you, Forte, watch as the assaulting Fabrigus stop, pulling their pseudopods back and slowly pulling themselves back into the walls.
Excellent work, little ones.
I believe we've done it. We've taken care, resetting the autognome. This should pass on to the rest. Think we've brought things to a standstill.
Good, good. Gather your compatriots. Let us leave this place.
All right. Very well. Well, wait. You are all leaving, correct?
Oh, we're not staying here. That's for sure.
Could someone bring the wall of water down?
Oh, yes, it's gone.
It's fine. It's just water. You can walk
Splashes
through it.
around. We didn't want to damage the autognome.
Oh, fair.
Here, let us gather the others. Hang on just a moment. Begin to run down as you all sort of take a second to kind of patch yourselves up.
Good monkey. Forte, my weaponry was damaged in the bout. Can you fix it?
I think that should be possible, yeah. Can I have that for a minute?
Oh, you only need a minute. Very well.
I hand him my flutter dagger and the rapier for repair now, if not later.
Sure.
I think what I could use to do that, because I have a couple of different things at once.
It can wait for later if need be. I would rather leave this place as soon as possible.
You hear the call of Larry and Samuel from the previous room.
Larry,
Oh, nice.
Samuel.
Oh, I didn't know mending had that last clause. The spell can physically repair a magic item or construct,
Right.
but can't restore the magic. Oh, that's fascinating. This whole time I just assumed it couldn't do anything. to
Heal a
magic stuff.
crack, yeah. But
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so if the angles or the tips are broken off or whatnot, I imagine between mending and then summoning a magical forge and fabricate, like I could figure out a way to get it back to the way it was.
Thank you.
Professor Bark, you shrink down. Still with your clothes on, luckily.
He's gonna do a comedy bit where he tries to fit out as a monkey, and then his monkey brain starts to work. He straightens himself back.
These broken ones, can we try and bring them back to get fixed with these guys, or are they just like they're exploded and done?
Larry looks around and says, don't worry, we're going to tend to the mess that's been caused here. As for you and your team, rest assured that without your help, I doubt any of us would have been able to pull this off. So, we are deeply indebted to you. We're sorry that you had to have stepped onto the scene such as this. It would have been a great opportunity to meet under different circumstances and give you a tour of the place, for all intents and purposes. They look around. You see all of the autognomes kind of turn back to each of you with a smile on their faces. They've been reset, so they have no memory of what has happened previously. They've been wiped clean. A new slate. We can start over again. It's going to be different without Dr. Grudgel, but we shall pioneer forward. Instead of feeling sad about this occasion, we shall carry on his research, keeping his spirit alive through it, as we finalize the rejuvenation pod. We have you all to thank. I'm sorry that we don't have a lot of means to be able to give you in terms of monetary gain or anything like that, but know that if there's any way we can help in the foreseeable future, you can count on us, the Grudgel expedition team. You know where to find us.
How long is your expedition going to remain in this terrible place?
For the foreseeable future.
So, you really think they could heal from anything?
Well,
with enough time?
With enough time is the factor, of course. And of course, not everything. Old age, natural passing is not something that rejuvenation pods are able to mend yet.
Say, what about massive amounts of radiant poisoning?
Yeah.
Radiant energy poisoning.
With enough time, I suppose it's possible that even with heavy doses of radiant energy, depending on the severity, it is theoretically possible once we finalize the last tweaks to the pods, yes. This is all theoretical data, but assuming that Dr. Grudgel was correct and we have no reason to doubt any of his research, it's led us this far, then that may be a possibility.
Fascinating.
Good to keep in mind for later, perhaps.
I might be heading back to where I'm from in a bit. I know a few of your associates are distance of. You got anything to declare and or send back to Neogokyo by chance?
No, they will contact us in due time. They were aware of the, let's say, advanced age of Dr. Grudgel. So I have a feeling they should be sending the survey team to check in on us eventually. We did not intend for this particular issue to happen. We'll still need to tweak some of the programming data of the autonomes, but rest assured, we will make sure to make that a top priority moving forward. Next time, if you're able to stop in, hopefully it won't be under these circumstances. We can sit down, eat a little blue gel in peace, and enjoy.
Opie, that's good news for you. You loved the blue gel.
Are you sure we don't have time to stay and take a little swim, guys? That pool looks really nice.
If you need, I understand the amount of, let's say physical assault that the facility put on you. You're more than welcome to rest here if you need to. Now that we're able to...
taking his clothes off to go back.
All right, little boy, please. Contain your modesty.
In Dexter's lab, where you always saw Dexter's little butt, you just see Opie's little butt as he's running away.
Well, I suppose that leaves us time to repair my weaponry forte.
Yes, I think we all need a little bit of time.
You called me?
No.
Yes. Yeah, I need your help here. I need your expertise and relaxation to be able to focus.
Take a hit of this.
Oh my God.
Yes, now that things have been situated and the reset has been taken place, the facility should be completely inert, peaceful, if you will. Please, take a load off, take whatever time you need. Get rested up before your journey ahead. Which, by the way, Larry turns. You all are an eclectic group of individuals. Where do you come from? What were you doing in such a region as this? A hostile place?
We are working with the Serenitals to restore balance. I'm
yeah,
from
they-
the Feywild. I just say matter-of-factly.
He kind of nods and says, actually, that tracks.
Yeah, they kind of lied to us and just told us to go mess with those wells and microwave ourselves and fry ourselves for their own benefit. Yeah.
Well, for everyone's benefit.
I would
that's
assume
true.
that would come second nature to going to each of the wells that pour out pure radiant energy. But I understand, to the layman, one may not know.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that when we were hired, they didn't necessarily explain the dangers other than the environment, the scariness of the Forlorn Passage.
Well, that's unfortunate. Perhaps you should all form some type of collective so that your employers are able to not only properly dispense with monetary gains, but also make sure that working hazards are in line.
Are you implying for a second that our employers don't have our best interest at heart at 100% of the time?
Well, to be fair, actually, the Ceriddles are probably one of the best to work under, so it seems strange that would be the case.
They told us the dangers eventually. Once it became unignorable, they told us what we're in for.
Once it became quite apparent.
It's a real fucking Chernobyl situation over here.
To be fair, you guys also remember that eventually, I think one of them admitted that they did. One of them gave one of you a note that had all of these pertinent details to it, the leader of your group.
Oh yeah, but they
We don't
died.
remember that.
Yeah, it's true.
Lies.
Technically,
Never happened.
they did try to warn you.
Nope. Never happened.
Bart would introduce himself as a fellow scholastic. Yes, I am from the Ravenous University, planet of scholars. I'm not entirely sure what the Ravenous is, if I'm honest.
The Reva Saturna is an institution and not really a planet, just quite literally a institute, a spiraling tower that extends, some say forever, throughout this plane and more. There are a uncountable number of floors to the university, and you studied there. As one of the gnomes comes up and says, "Oh yes, an esteemed institute. Congratulations. Nice to meet you."
And you as well. Your studies are fascinating. I was looking at your button, and he will continue on with $3 words that nobody understands.
Larry continues with
Really
some
Greek
amount of
sounding.
charisma to continue to blabber on in sci-fi terms.
Chloroform. Wait, chlorophyll.
What?
That's the one. That's the one that quits.
What's happening?
Does it smell like chloroform to you?
Deadly nightshade. Blah, 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 blah.
There you go.
Excruciating pain. Blah, blah, blah.
Is anybody joining Naked Opie over in the bathing area?
What is bathing?
Time will.
There you go.
Weird.
It's like the old guys at the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
And the sauna.
He just takes off all his hides and.
For those that don't know, men's locker rooms are a minefield.
Yes, yes,
I
they
just
are.
want to point out this is a fantasy game, everyone.
Oh no!
This old,
Men's locker rooms is not a fantasy, Jason. It's very real.
as this old naked elderly man gets into the bath along with his young.
Just bros being dudes.
I don't know if I'd describe that as fantasy if I were you, Jason. I'd go with fiction or something like that.
Guys, we're operating by anime rules, okay?
All right, fair enough.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, parents.
Yeah.
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 What is What is a family but a single child and his 5 weird dads?
Yeah,
fathers.
5 weird dads.
I mean, if that's not family, I don't know what the definition of family is.
It's like hot spring bathing, y'all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Opie has like a little Shin-Chan peen and balls.
Too far. That's the last.
This looks like the little Mario frog suit. Like,
Chin Chan. I think that just like unlocked a memory for me.
Yeah. Opie is a little Shin-Chan character.
Yeah,
He's
he
less of a
is.
shit
Yeah,
than
he is.
Shin-Chan is, but close enough. Well, this was fun.
So yeah, basically the gnomes are more than happy as they patch themselves up and begin working on routines with the autognomes. So see to whatever whims and needs you have as you rest up, since you practically they are indebted with their lives to you. And take a rest if you need to. Go relax with Tyne and Opie in the naked bathing room or whatever you need to rest and
It doesn't
recuperate.
have to be naked.
Jimmy's gonna bug you if they have any tobacco.
You've helped out the autognomes in this
Sure.
area, which replenishes the harmonic flux by 20 points.
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh goodness, and we were down low too. Thank goodness.
Is mending sufficient for repairing my
Yeah.
weapons, Jason?
You'll likely need Forte to make a check.
Okay. Well, Forte, if you would be so kind.
Yeah, let's do a kind of check am I good at here? Survival,
And then are you guys doing like a long rest? Is that what we're doing?
history.
I think so.
I think
Yeah,
so,
seems so.
yeah.
Sure.
Makes sense.
That'll
I don't
put
know
you
what
at
a
8.
like
so
a crafting tool would be.
technically it's going to be 18 points since it's 2 points of harmonic flux. Like you're at 8 light time. Give me like a some type of sleight of hand or strength check to kind of forge the bits in the blade, something like that. I'll take a couple.
I'll do a forged strength check unless you'll take survival.
Survival works too if you're working with blades and things that would kill. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna do it at advantage.
Oh, thank you.
'Cause this is important.
Now, sorry to metagame a little bit. You do have proficiency in Smith's tools, right? And Smith's tools with you.
I have Smith's tools and
Yeah,
proficiency.
you
in them.
already get advantage. So hold on. to
You
that
already
card.
have advantage. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna take that card back because I know how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, that's our homebrew rule. Pick a skill and get advantage.
Hey, 13's better than 11.
I'll +1 it for a 14. That's
Okay.
my last
Thank you.
+1.
I would say yes, Fortes. You sit down and relax. It does take you, would have probably have made you have to sit down somewhere to do this, but luckily you're already in a setting where you can do this. So you spend the long rest that everyone is taking along with you and take some time to kind of mend the portions of the curved blade that have been taken out, almost like a quick rust as you mend the pieces back and reform it. Lincoln, your blade no longer suffers from the negative one.
Thank you. And the rapier now.
Same thing. I just make a survival check with it.
You could, and depending on your check, this may take extra time, so keep that all
Yeah,
in
this
mind.
one was super shit.
Okay.
It got -2. This one did.
The good dagger that you needed is okay. That's all.
The good one. Yeah, we're. Oh, dang.
23.
That's going to take an additional 2 hours to remove one of the negative ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll forego most of the rest or anything if I need to. I want to get everybody patched up.
That's going to put you at
How? I mean,
10.
how long are we here? Because can I help him to make it go faster? Because I have mending too.
He's not mending. He's actually trying to use his forging tools.
Oh, okay.
That puts you at 10, so that's another tick off the harmonic flux, and you can attempt one more time to put it back to its base if you'd like to. And depending on your check, that will determine the amount of hours it will take.
Yep, I'll try. 25.
Blessed.
All right, 25 just means 2 more additional hours, putting you at 12. Normally blight time, but welcome to the flesh plains. Light time again.
Excellent work, Forte.
And this was good in all actuality because you had to rest anyway because you were out of treks on your cart or wagon.
Ah,
So this
well, then
replenishes
let's-
the wagon.
we're sleepy. Then it is time to rest. Where can we rest? I turn around to the gnome.
Oh, yes, our rest pods. Come with us, and they lead you over to the...
Cool. While they're in the middle of explaining it, Lincoln just goes inert in the middle of the floor and just kind of stands there.
And we're not too damaged. We just need to recuperate.
I only spent one spell slot. It's powerful.
I want my moths back. That shit was dope. I'm gonna cast that shit again when I'm able.
I think
Yeah.
it is Discordian. I think that's where we got it from, is Anathar's expanded stuff. Yeah, Larry walks in and says, we call them rest pods. They're just beds. Shaped like... You lay on them and sleep.
Can you push two of them together? They're quite small.
Yes, you all are larger than us, so if you need to, double up.
Oh, yes.
I mean, for Professor Bark, it's probably like sitting on a bar stool or something like that.
Yeah, Professor
this
Bark
is-
like laying the top half of his body against like the wall as he's propped up the rest of butt and legs on two of them.
This is the business.
The goo behind you, Professor Bark, forms like a cup for your neck. Freak show.
All lower.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and if you haven't already, get your tokens all healed up because we're gonna grab those and move them back to them. Have nots. Heal up your tokens, do whatever you need, and whenever you're ready to roll, Larry and the others, after several hours of rest and some time with Forte mending some weaponry from Lincoln that got caught up in the scuffle, is going to fix up your things. You wake up well rested. Things are quiet here. The air here inside kind of cool. If it weren't for the dangers that you faced before or were posed with, this is not a terrible place.
This is a good halfway point closer to the well for us.
Did we just actually sleep in those pods? Weren't they in there for like months or weeks or something?
Those were the ones in the basement.
Nope,
These
those
are
are the
just
ones in-
beds.
Yeah, those are just beds. That's bed.
No, just making sure. I mean, no offense, but eesh.
What do you mean? We're just gnomes. We're not like trash people.
I mean, I'm just saying, you're supposed to like clean your bed and your linen and stuff every now and then. You just sleep in there for a couple months. I mean, that might be like the first plan of action after killing your assassin.
We were in there for a few days. They're biopods. They clean themselves. It's probably the cleanest place you could sleep.
They do what?
You only take the germs you bring in with you. Let me tell you about my friend Louis Pasteur.
Oh God, let's go to sleep.
They remove the bacterial
using
lining from even your
flat.
stomachs. It's the cleanest one could actually ever call themselves. There's momentary stomach pain afterwards, but yes.
Jimmy's just gonna keep nodding and slowly slide ahead his earplugs, the wax back into his ears. Like, it's fascinating, and go to sleep.
Lincoln's just like shadow knife boxing, like out of frustration.
Right. You sleep and heal. And awake 8 hours later.
Sorry, I stab in my sleep.
Yeah, basically. Gonna give him the claims.
As you wake up, you see the rest of the gnomes turning to you all and saying, well, if there's anything else you need from us, know where to find us. Thank you again. But we'll continue our research from here. The amount of advancements we can make now, once the issues have been sought to with your help, well, just have to see.
Well, don't die. We might need you later.
We don't plan to. No time soon, that is.
Good. Good. Shall we continue, everyone?
We shall.
Okay. Bidding the Virgil Expedition team farewell, you exit out of the facility. The blue opening shifting open now. What you assume to be doors initially are probably just two slate goo pieces pulling to the sides and pulling back in as you exit, finding yourselves standing outside. Back the flesh plane.
No.
So many sentences in this campaign. Push past the goo doors to end up in the flesh planes.
So, what's our harmonic flux at?
It's probably still pretty low.
66.
Oh, I get kicks.
Do you guys want to go to the final boss now?
Ooh.
What was that X down here?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was a place mentioned that was an area where a team of Dwarven miners had found what they believed to be crystallized veins of the flesh planes that they were trying to shoot an expedition down there and check out.
That sounds cool.
But keep in mind,
Interesting.
Lincoln doesn't bring up a bad point / Luke. You have only so much harmonic flux to play with. So just keep in mind.
That's my concern is like if we get down there and it costs us more flux, then it's going to give us back.
Yeah.
And then we're even further away from the last Radiant Well.
How much flux is it a day? We're 3 days travel.
A full 24 hours is 6 off the harmonic flux.
So we're talking 18 minus, so we'd be under 50 if we hit the excavation camp first. And it didn't reward us with anything.
Okay.
So
I can be convinced either way. My vote is still to go to the final, but if folks want to go down and check that out, I won't hold it against you.
I'm saying this is the difference. We don't know that we can get a good rest there.
Yeah.
True.
I think we're kind of at a wall at this point where even if it would, unless it's something like immaculate that's going to super help us out, it probably is not going to be worth it.
You guys do have some advantageous ways that you have smartly come up with to sleep while out here in the plane, so you could attempt it if you wanted to. It'll take you longer down to get to whatever the crystallized vein area is, and there's no promise that there will even be some means to put more on the harmonic flux. So just things to keep in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over our opportunity costs. What do we gain if we go down and do this? More harmonic flux, which saves us what?
More harmonic flux and maybe more like items or something that could help in the final fight.
But we don't know for sure, of course.
But we don't know. Yeah, it's an unknown.
Maybe level 11.
It could be anything. It could even be a harmonic flux.
I think we leveled up after major bosses, so...
Yeah, you guys have hit your cap for leveling. You did all the side quest content and have leveled up to your maximum. This is it.
Well, then I guess I say we just
Endgame.
go.
We're in the end game now.
I'm trying to find a reason to not hit the end game, but I don't think that there's a good reason to not.
This is it. It's the one timeline out of 5 million.
I want 100% the whole game, but I don't think that that's possible.
All right, let's do it. Let's mosey on over to the final boss.
Okay. In that case, the final track begins.
The final destination. Uh-oh. That was a jinx.
Yeah. No. The final destination, please.
Jesus.
Ping me, please.
Somebody else do it. I've been pinging a lot.
All right. You traverse along. That puts you at 2. That's a mark off the harmonic flux. Ping me. I also have a little side list of events if they crop up. You shift here. You shift here. You got 2 more after this. Another
Love the music.
tick off the harmonic
Yeah,
flux.
it's great.
You shift here. You got 1 more space after this.
This feels very much like the music that would be over the top of the traveling montage. We've always done this, but this time, there's just something unknown about our travels.
This time,
Will we all return?
we're approaching our final destination.
Oh no!
Don't worry, everyone. We have the hearse. That's all that matters.
I think we just named the last episode.
The final
all.
destination.
Big sad.
As you reach this point, up ahead of you, you see a massive structure.
Oh, there it is.
It seems to
Possibly,
spread on for miles and is made of a mixture of flesh and opulent marble.
Oh man, that is a 18 square mile structure. That's fucking crazy. That's a city. That's a whole fucking city worth of structure right there.
I had a geologist friend tell me that marble is a rich man's stone.
You are out of travel spaces, so you could either push to see. If you do push, you would reach whatever the structure is, at least what appears to be the entrance, and see what's going on there. Or you could rest here, play it safe, and potentially risk exhaustion to some degree. It's up to you. Either way, it's going to be risky.
No push it, no risks. We're right at the final boss gate. We don't push at the final boss gate. Come on.
Well, either way, you're risking exhaustion. In fact,
Yeah,
I
either way.
think your chances may be a little less so if you push.
Oh, then we push onward.
Okay.
No,
Right,
no.
guys? Right?
I mean, if it's that 2 levels of exhaustion from resting can be rough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you, so you're saying
Failures with pushing results in only 1 level of exhaustion. Trying to rest here, and depending on your rolls, low enough, you could collect multiple.
but we still have to rest, so it's only adding or to peril. It's not
That's true.
lessening our peril.
It's 1 to push, and then we still have the 2 check. So
Well,
Unless
I'm saying
this
is-
space offers us some protection from.
well, that's what I'm
rest.
saying. Yeah, this is 1 more hex would be a site of interest.
Then
Oh,
we'll be there.
Yeah,
We'll be there.
you'd
And we
be
know it's
reaching the
safe to
gates
rest.
of
So
this
we don't
place.
have to rest because we don't have to move anymore.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
in the wagon.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
okay.
push it.
It's not a rest because we're tired necessarily.
Yeah,
It's a rest
if we're
because-
metagaming this, Jimmy, use all of your cards and let's get in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna reset our cards at the end of this, which is.
I was
20
actually going
minutes
to say
away.
that. Do we happen to find a camp here or anything amazing that would raise our harmonic flux with a fortuitous circumstance?
Oh,
Species of fortuity.
Maybe the shrine of a past.
Silver
Somebody-
monkey.
Here's
Somebody
what
left us a crate of Four Loco here.
I'll say with this.
Loco is fortuitous.
That's a bright stone.
and it raises our harmonic flux when we drink it.
Here's what I'll say with the fortuitous circumstance. There is no sight in between here and whatever the structure is. However, seeing that there's something up ahead, an actual place to stop right before needing to, at a moment that is pivotal for you all reaching the well, it drives you each with some amount of enthusiasm, and you'll get advantage on your constitution saves to push to get to this
Nice.
end.
Hell yeah.
I'll take that shit. Let's do it.
All right, con saves from everyone with advantage.
Oh,
Super.
oh, be strong. I tell you, nothing
Hey.
gives you good con saves than a bath with an old man.
Exactly.
You've said it before.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, D20.
Take that, Uncle Jimmy.
It's the
For what it's
lowest
worth.
con save I've done in a long time.
Adventuros.
I think we're all above 10, luckily.
Yeah. I think we're all above 15. Oh, almost all above 15.
was low.
There's like radiant energy already pouring out of the top of this, right?
Oh yeah, you can see just a pillar of blinding light from the center of whatever
that's why
this is.
That's why Lincoln's is so low. He like vomits black goo before we try to push on.
As you press ahead, you find yourselves standing at two marble gates, a mixture of grays and whites. You stop your wagon, standing here at the edge, staring on. The two doors begin to press open now. A figure pushes out, standing before you. As you take a look at the figure, they have a silvery breastplate that gleams under robes of sable velvet and snow-white silk. You can see beneath an arching black brow what appears to be an elf's sea-green eyes. Don't seem to miss anything as they stare at you. With a large smile on their face, they look to each of you and say, "Welcome. Welcome all. Welcome to the House of Life." What, pray tell, brings you all here? Have you come to see the well? Have you come
could say that?
to make a deal?
A deal? Does anybody know what they're talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh, please, he says, looking outside. Come inside. We shall talk in the interior.
We're the well-wishers. Who are you?
We are those who look after the last well, the well of life.
I see. What manner of creature do I see in front of me?
Make some check.
I was gonna suggest a nature check.
Advantage. Assist, then.
Time. What the freaking heck is this?
Maybe.
25.
The figure appears to be elven, but with your acute eyes, Professor Park, you get the sense that they probably also fae of some type.
Some type of fae.
The figure lifts a brow and says, "You must not be knowledgeable about our house. The people far and wide come here, come to seek us. We are life brokers, serving the well of life. We offer certain extensions, say, and transferals of life to those who seek it, using the well's power that we've imbibed within ourselves in order to initiate, heal. It has been a great boon to them."
You're consuming from the well?
The well has imbibed us with the ability to draw the life energy from other individuals and trade it to those who seek it for a certain life. If you find yourself at the end of your natural times, he is kind of looking over toward the pine, then one could perhaps make a deal with us to extend it.
Interesting.
No.
And to be clear, we're here to shut this well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is also those who would give their lives to the well of life itself so that their energy can flow through it. We offer both services to those who wish to do it.
Flow through it, you say, meaning...
You would give yourselves to the well. Let the radiant energy surround you. Become one with the flesh plane.
Ah, I see.
Why would someone want to do that?
To continue its miraculous growth, that it continues to offer such incredible gifts that we are able to supplicate those who reach us.
Oh, but you remember when I was teaching you about fanaticism? This is one of those examples.
Oh, I see. Don't you think that the well does bad things too sometimes?
Absolutely not.
It never makes people sick?
Only those who step too near it. And even then, to grow sick, to die, in the radiance of its splendor is a gift unto it.
I see what you're saying, Professor.
Yes. So they accept the disasters as positives.
Well, show us to the well.
Very well. You may have to leave your
And tell us.
wagon behind. Our facility is rather large, and fortunately, it will not make it.
Very well.
It's fine.
Very well. It will be a walk. Follow me, waving a hand.
This place is very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
like it's like smoldering slightly.
Yeah, the air here feels heavy. There's almost a slight tinge of mist in the air of the outside courtyard that you begin to walk into. You see several other of these Fey Lightbrokers reading from different texts, beginning to pray. There is some actual open areas here of what at first appears to be pockets of narrow garden work, but you notice instead of vineworks and small shrubbery, it is instead made of pulsing veins that extend from the open flesh itself.
I say quietly, this place is terrible. Let's just be done with this soon.
It truly is.
We'll assess their armaments and then make a plan. Everyone keep your eyes open.
The figure waves his hand and says, "Please, come this way. Past the courtyard. Every member who comes here to either pay homage to the well or give themselves to it, of course, must go through the process of the Great Baptism. Afterwards, you will all be allowed to view it yourselves."
What is the Great Baptism?
It's right up ahead. Come with me, he says. He points over at a large structure that seems to lead the way.
Lincoln is slowly drawing his dagger.
It's fine. Just follow. Want to make an assessment on how many enemies there are around? How many people at large, I guess?
Sure.
Is there like a distinction between like tourists and people that work here? Is work the right word?
Without any checks, as far as you can tell, it is only the light broker.
I got 21 perception.
There are many. You count dozens of them itself.
But they all seem to be like I say, to lack of a better term, employed by this.
They all seem to, you see people who are kind of washing away some of the blood from some of the marble work around. You see others reading text on white, pristine benches. They are all kind of in their own zones.
Alright. It'd be dangerous to start too much trouble here.
I don't like the idea of this baptism.
Yes, it does sound minorly threatening, but also it could just be ritualistic and we just splash a little water on our face.
The light broker smiles as he steps up to a large, narrow-like building that sits in between you all and the high-rising blinding pillar in the distance of the well, and pushes open the doors. He says, "Inside, we will take on the ceremony of the baptism, and then you may all step forward. your presence at the well itself. He leads you inside a massive...
I'm quickly looking for areas we can exit immediately.
There's... Well, I'll show you. Change maps.
Does
Oh,
What the?
oh.
Well, I mean, you didn't tell us about the blood pool and the blood tree, Jason.
Oh, actually, this is a lot nicer than I assumed it would.
As you will...
I hate these guys' icons. Oh, fuck these guys. We're killing them just for looking like. Oh, I hate it.
oh Jesus!
Take it away.
Asshole.
Yeah, Eugene, you can just tell from that smile that they're an asshole.
The light broker leads you inside as you see a massive, narrow hallway that leads up. Several pillars rise up, and what looks like unlit braziers sit at each of these kind of spread out points. At the very far distance, you see what looks like a facsimile of a tree built out of what looks like bonework. Nearly the entire area of the hallway is covered in 2 to 3 feet as he steps descend down in blood. You see life dealers intermingled throughout the hallway itself, standing in the blood, turning to notice you at first and then turning back to their text or whatever they are doing. The life dealer turns and says, "So, the process will be simple. We will go to the front. Each of you shall be baptized. And then we shall take you to the pillar."
Tell me more of this tree. Its craftsmanship is of great interest to me.
Oh, yes. A sacrament to the unseelie god. Yes,
Unseelie.
that's correct.
What kind of sacrament?
Well, it clearly runs of the blood of those who give their lives to this place, and those who find themselves being engorged into the plains itself. You see, we use the energy of radiant wells as a conduit. It has imbibed us with certain special abilities. We, for one, as Fae, have natural resistance to unearthly elements, and are able to resist living at such a small distance away from it. And thus, we've used the powerful conduit that is the open well, gain the propensity to dole out life to those who need it. You may not understand, although you may, he says, pointing over at you, Lincoln. They individuals, to one such as ourselves, the deal is sacred, and thus us having found purpose in being able to give and take life to those who seek it is an immaculate purpose, Sue and all.
Interesting. And then, as Faye yourself, you are also unseelie, like the tree?
That's...
Sure are a lot of unseelie folks around here.
We were the ones to initially come to this far-off area, passage, so many millennia, and begin our works to crack. We may take some of this energy for ourselves. Those who came before us seeked to try and trap it in shadow, only letting small snippets of it out. Such a...
Lincoln sort of understands these guys a little bit more. I guess they're too close for us to whisper, but Lincoln will say, "Interesting. Let us approach."
The code.
I'm interested. Are any of you interested in extending one's life?
No.
Careful with your words.
Or did any of you wish to give some of it away so that others who make the pilgrimage to this place may be able to take what is left by you all?
No.
No, thank you.
I throw Opie in the blood pool. I don't do that. except this child.
No.
No, I don't do that. I think we are more focused on seeing the pillar right now. We have traveled so long.
He turns to step down a step and stops, and then slowly turns in head and says, I hope you are aware that visiting Pillar trip.
We have heard that.
Good. Then please, step into the blood.
Please, step into the viscera and gore. Lincoln's gonna move forward.
Jimmy's gonna put his hand on Forte's shoulder and just kind of like give him a glance and shake his head. No.
But Lincoln turns to the group before proceeding on and says, "Be careful what you agree to and the words that you say. Verbal contracts can be just as binding to a fae as something on pen and paper."
He just asked you to step into the blood, and you said sure.
Yes, it seems nice. Why, are you worried about the blood?
You just said don't agree to anything, and you just agreed to something.
Well,
Yes,
unless you know
but-
what you agreed to.
I would probably step in the blood if he didn't ask me to. It's pretty neat.
There seems to be one path forward, Tim.
The blood is clean if there's an issue. This is part of notice you all.
No issue whatsoever, Lincoln says as he walks inside. But one thing is, my shadow is going to follow me 20 feet back at all times.
Sure. Lincoln, you notice your exits behind you where you initially came in, and up ahead, some feet, there appear to be two exits to the sides at the edges of the room.
Okay.
That appear to be the only entrances and exits to this.
Is there like a weird like square here, rectangle for anybody else?
Yeah.
Anybody else see this?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
Maybe on the map itself. Yeah, don't pay attention to
I
that.
think it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Pay no attention.
Yeah, you may see more. Don't worry.
Okay. Lincoln will move this far into the blood and see what the rest of the party's doing. Come on in. The blood's fine.
Oh, it's sleepy.
Come along then. A simple baptism of blood, and then you shall be bequeathed with the unique opportunity to see the well, Pillar of Light yours. I'm sure you fought long and hard to reach a place such as this. You shouldn't deny your opportunity.
Jason, my shadow's tiny again. Make it regular size. No, it's too big. It's too big. All right.
That's what she said.
Jesus Christ. What has this guy said what his name is or what we should call him?
He is not.
What shall we call you? Life Eater? That's what these guys are? Life Eaters?
Life Broker is fine.
Life Broker.
He
Life-
has been eyeing you up and down, Lincoln.
Oh yeah, I bet. Can the light of the pillar be seen from this room?
No. In fact, one of the few sanctuaries from its pure exuberance. But trust me, it is closed.
And half out of, probing for information and half because he's genuinely curious, where did all of the blood come from?
It was exsanguinated underneath the fleshy floors below us. A measure we took to cover this room as a ritualistic means of the baptism before one enters to view the pillar and the well itself.
Gross.
Can I?
Jim, it's not people's blood, it's the land's blood.
It is everyone's blood.
Jimmy's just gonna stare him down and then bite his thumb and do what he did the past 20 fights and smear a little blood on his holy symbol and then a little on his cheeks and take a few steps forward.
Before we go further, can I do some sort of knowledge check on the tree or the general altar? Sure. Does it have any sort of significance to me?
Sure, you could absolutely make a
my
check.
whole deal, survival maybe? I don't know what to do.
History, survival, investigation. I'll take any of those.
I'll do survival on this. Unnatural 20.
Lincoln, you remember Lady Deadmore speaking about how the reason for her existence and her appearance in these lands, as well as the commissioning of your very construction, was because of a mistake made by Unseelie of some times past. You get the sense now that the reason for your creation is to make up for what these Unseelie have done in terms of taking advantage of the web.
The peace offering. I understand now. I see.
Opie's gonna turn to Forte and say, tell them I have a condition or something. And then he's gonna cast gaseous form. Turn into a cloud of gas. Basically.
I mean, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's going to float over. I mean, I think he can float. Is he floating?
Does gaseous form let you float?
Flying speed 10, yeah.
Yeah, you can float.
Yeah, flying speed of 10 feet. Okay, yeah, I'm right. Yeah, he's gonna float over the blood.
The light broker stops and says, "It's very cute, but all will need to be baptized." Pursuing forward to the web. But please, come along.
I take it you know of Grimaccord and his... I keep fucking doing that. Whoops. I take it you know of Grimaccord and his plans.
Well, no, I have not been abreast of my, let's say, estranged family for some time. I and my protege here, as you can see, have been busy focusing on the advancements one can make so close to such a powerful artifact as the Wells. I assume they are part and parcel in your creation.
Grimaccord, I am not so sure about. I don't think he was related to my creation. But he toils with his own goals. Perhaps if you can make it worth our while, I'll tell you about them.
I am sure it would interest you, but if I'm being completely honest, I care little for what their machinations are. Only that when the time came, and that part of our family was offered the same opportunity to set camp here, they thought it was an ill-advised idea. Such a shame turning down such an immaculate opportunity.
And then Lincoln, kind of feigning ignorance here, says,
Then you must be a part of that House Dreadmore in the Jaws of Oblivia.
Oh, no. No relation.
No.
Not for some time.
It seems that we Unseelie are an eclectic group here in the Vale.
Not many of us around. Those of us who came here initially were able to set up an area around the well itself, nurturing its strength, growing it, releasing it slowly, surely. There came, let's say, a fork in the road where Those other unseelie, through their various association with mortal kind, thought it undue towards them to continue our pursuits and broke away from the rest of us.
I see.
I think, as you all can see firsthand with your very own eyes and now feet, he's pointing down below as you slip through the thick blood, that this is quite a place of rapture, a place of unbridled power, and one that I'm sure you all are happy to read.
This I can attest to. My construction makes looking upon the brilliance of the pillar outside difficult, but this chamber is a place of beauty, Lincoln says, completely honestly, without any sort of deceptive motives whatsoever.
So, at some point in the past, we would have likely known each other at the time and constructed it before. As
Perhaps, but that was not my purpose.
I'm curious, you being from a family that saw our ways to be untoward to the health of the passage, why would they create you to come here? Why would you give your life to such a thing from them?
I am going to say a half-truth in that I was created for a specific... I'm not saying this to him. I was created for a specific reason to broker peace with the Sele, but my expanded objective, as I now know it from House Dreadmore, is to also protect the rest of my friends till the end of their journey. And that's what I tell him. I tell him that second part, but not the first part.
Okay.
Yeah, I am but a protector to these travelers in this harsh land. I am made as a tool, a knife with which they can slash away at the evils that lurk in the veil.
He stops as you say this and smiles and just waves a hand for you to continue forward towards the altar, waiting for the others to catch up.
Oh yeah, no, Lincoln's gonna like cautiously but confidently approach the altar. I imagine kind of like Navy SEAL-esque kind of like head on a swivel sort of deal. And let's see, how far away is my shadow? I need to keep this in mind at all times. He's 25 feet away from me. Okay, cool. That's fine. Shadow in me.
Come along, the blood is not that thick.
Oh, one more, even?
No, he's waving at the other.
Oh, okay. While everybody else is coming forward, can I do like an insight check or something on this guy?
Sure.
Or, yeah, I wish there was like a lore, like a Fey, just like a Fey lore check I could do, but yeah, but I think insight's the closest I got.
I'll give you advantage on that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Boo.
Uh-oh. Hey, who needs fucking advantage? Give me a good boy card. I might be able to use it before a cliffhanger. Oh no, this ain't happening. But I'm just gonna give this back. It's okay. not gonna happen.
Okay.
Here, if I need the D4 for an extra skill roll, I'll use it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the sense that the light broker up front, as he turns a golden platter with a bony chalice in it that is relatively large, that he is likely the practitioner of the ceremony of the baptism.
And does he look like so kind of what I'm trying to get from this insight check, does he look like a priest or like a surgeon or like an executioner? Like, what's the general vibe and like the tools and outfit that he's got going on?
He is dressed slightly differently with slight more prominence than the others, but he has an outfit that is otherwise relatively similar to everyone else's. There's a certain sort of fey regalness to what he wears, something that is probably a mixture of someone who certainly knows how to survive out in this passage, but at the same time has, yes, probably a certain clerical structure to their outfit.
So he's definitely priesty,
Yes.
and not like a guy that's just gonna exsanguinate all of my friends.
Correct. That's what it looks like.
Okay, that was mainly what I was getting from that. Lincoln will look back and try to at least whisper to Professor Bark. I'll say, watch closely, but there is no guarantee that what will happen to me will be the same thing that will happen to you. And Lincoln will step forward.
The light broker in the back looks at you, Uncle Jimmy, and Opie, and cracks a smile, almost a little too wide, and waves a black gloved hand forward for you to step up.
Yeah. These guys being unsele makes a lot more sense with that fucking smile. Sorry, go ahead.
Close.
Opie, you moving forward?
He refuses. Fuck you.
I guess. I mean, I guess I have to.
I mean, he's slow. He's a cloud of gas. Give him some time, folks.
Yeah, give us
10-foot
time.
fly speed.
The life broker at the front of the altar smiles and says, "The process is not painful. Simply a means with which one can both properly appreciate those who have come before, those who have given their lives to the plains and to the well itself, and those who will continue to do so." He dips this very large chalice down at the feet of the pool, grabbing a large amount of blood in it, and saying, "Kneel."
He does so, which would probably bring him about to eye level with this guy.
Yeah.
And as he does so, he says, "Tell me, the flesh that spreads from this sanctum, is it the flesh of those that gave their lives before us?"
Indeed.
Interesting.
He takes a step back so that like he's kind of stepping up on the altar to just get an extra like foot of height over you, and then slowly tips the chalice, and everyone watches. Lincoln's head and most of his body are drenched in a deep red blood, and as this happens, that is where we will end tonight's session.
You guys are gonna have to wait till next week for my big heel turn where I Hulk out and you have to fight me as the final boss.
Good session, everyone.
Daggers and run away.
Sorry, what was that called?
Just steal his daggers and run away.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's
What you have to do.
I mean, that's a bone tree. I'm just waiting for you to like graft yourself into it and become like mecha giant bone tree or
Mega
something.
Lincoln.
I mean, it all, yeah, probably hearing the whole link between the Ancili and everything else, Lincoln, this all looks very much like, you know, a different home away from House Deadmore in some ways. So.
Lincoln's like not worried at all about this place. He's worried about what this place is going to do for these people that he's supposed to be looking after. Yeah.
You should.
Well, we will find out next session and what may very well be the finale of our campaign.
Oh my god.
It's, you know, as good as they've all been, I think this one might be my favorite overall. For
cool.
the side stories. I think this one has had such a cool mix of like combat and RP and like cool character moments and all sorts of good stuff. And exploration. That's pretty rarely done in D&D.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that you have enjoyed it as well as everybody else. Yeah, this campaign was one of those where all of the ideas that were sort of too small to fit into an arc of a main campaign, but fun enough where they just kept bouncing around in my mind. It was great to be able to build a large map and say, here is this movie ripoff, or here is this thing that we can do that's fun, but just long enough where it's not, here's a town of dudes where we can just, it's just a town of bros. And probably would serve no purpose in any main campaign, but it can be here because there's a whole bunch of weird shit in the passage. It's been a lot of fun.
I felt bad for that lich.
She got her comeuppance.
Cinder.
Yeah.
I think me and Discordian were discussing the whole Cinder nudes in the town of dudes probably over a year ago now, as we were initially setting that up on stream. So
good.
But yeah, lots of fun. Thank you all so much in the chat for hanging out. Thank you, Discordian. Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you, Bay. Thank you, Solid Rock, for stopping in. I appreciate that. And anybody else I may have missed. Kenny, thank you so much for stopping in and unloading your knowledge in the chat. I'm sorry I can never read it since it's D&D. Cool stuff. I appreciate that. And yeah, if you haven't already, please give us a follow. And if you want to join in a game yourself, go check out my Start Playing page. I am going to start running some Lucent Odyssey campaigns. So if you aren't too spoiled on this one, and would like to adventure in this realm yourselves, go check that out. Monday and Wednesday, I'm trying to get a game going, so go check that out. Message me if you have questions. But that's it for me. Go follow my links if you haven't already. Thank you so much, Discordian, for stopping in and hanging out. And thank you to my players. Yeah, this may be the penultimate episode. We'll see next week, but it's coming to a close. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. That's it for us tonight. We're past time. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. Drink plenty of water. Stretch your legs. We'll be back next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
What do you guys think happened?
One of the players Robbie played with got carried away and killed him.
Well, that's kind of far out.
Mazes and Monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?